Posh, what's up, beloved? What's the latest and the greatest? Honey man, I see you. Let's go, let's go. It's showtime. Pay-per-view. Direct TV. Let's get it. Darlene, what's up, beloved? Miss Manifest, I see you. So good morning to you. Got my Maywood in the building. Let's get it. Kev, what's up, Kev? So good to see you, family. Ann's in the building. Kashawn's in the building. Let's get it. Lynetta, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Kashawn. Thank you for that, beloved. Good morning. You said you love the messages. That makes me happy, my friend. That makes me happy. ATL's in the building. I love it. Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Be where your feet are, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Be where your feet are. Kazaya, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Trina's in the building. Let's go, Trina. Showtime. It's showtime. Direct TV. This is Direct TV now. It's not free cable. This is Direct TV. Tanashi, what's up, beloved? Chosen ones stand up. Chosen ones stand up. We got time to do small. We ain't doing no disrespect. Just master your today. What do we say? Master your today. You don't have to conquer tomorrow because tomorrow's not here. Master your today. How do I master my today, coach? Not doing disrespect today. Not showing up small today. Not giving people some edited version of myself today. Not going to shrink in the moment today. Not going to put other people on some pedestal above myself because they have a better car or a better house or more money in their bank account. Not going to do it. I'm mastering my today. I need to eat clean today. I need to get to the gym today. I need to invest in myself today. I need to add some more new information to myself. I need to be 1% better today than I was yesterday. Master your today. That's all you got to do. Master the 24 hours that's in front of you. That's all you have to do. It's not hard, y'all. Just master the 24 hours that's in front of you. Don't focus on what tomorrow, might bring because we ain't into that yet. Yeah, you got to get your King of Awareness shirt. Got to get your King or Queen of Awareness shirt. Hey, what's up, family? So good to see you. Reese's in the building. Let's go. Joseph, I see you, beloved. Iris is in the building. Ellie, let's go. Mindset Masters family is deep in the building. Bring your energy, bring your mindset, bring an open mind. Leave your problems outside of the live frame. We don't need it. Leave yesterday's version of you at the door. We don't need it. Leave who you used to be at the door. We don't need it. This is a brand new day. Bring a brand new mindset. That's what repentance and awareness means. Take on a new mind. Why are you carrying yesterday's mindset? Take on a new mind. Aquarian Goddess, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Just a key. I see you. Do me a favor, Rocco, I see you. Do me a favor and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Rocco, I appreciate you. Deja's in the building. Just through awareness. Yeah, through awareness, if you keep showing up, I don't know if you're a part of my community or not. I would definitely encourage you to join the community if you're not. Pastor Tony, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. But you want to become emotionally bulletproof. What's emotionally bulletproof mean? It means that you're no longer affected by praise. You're no longer affected by criticism. You're no longer affected by people's opinions and assumptions about who they think you are. You're no longer affected by anything that's happening in your external reality because you're no longer seeking external validation. You are your own validation. You are your own source of validation. And, because, when you seek validation, you lose power because what you're saying is that your power comes from something outside of you. And, everyone is fighting a private war in their mind that you don't know anything about. So today that person may praise you, the next day they may criticize you, and so through awareness, you're going to learn to be because you're going to learn that Nothing is coming from the outside. At some point in time, awareness is going to wake you up to the fact that nothing is coming from outside. Nothing is coming from the outside. Coach Venus, what's up, beloved? Valerie's in the building. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on, Whip Girl. Let them know. Let them know, beloved. Yeah, it's all an inside job, and that's what's. I think to me that's that might be the most mind blowing. That may be the one thing that human beings haven't figured out as of yet is that everything is an inside job. Uh, and the meaning you assign to things is what unlocks all of your feelings and emotions, not the person. I just think that so why would you? So any validation that you think you're getting from the person is really only coming from the meaning that you assigned to what they said. The meaning you assigned to their compliment is what unlocked the feeling in you. Everything is an inside job. I just think that the moment you understand that, you understand I'm the one giving myself the feeling of depression. I give myself anxiety. I give myself happiness. I give myself love. I give myself joy. I give myself security or insecurity. I give myself the feeling of validation. I give myself the feeling, all the feelings are coming from me. It's not coming from anything outside of me. My reaction to things outside of me trigger me to release a feeling or an emotion in me. Nothing is coming from the outside. Nothing. And the day that you understand that, you'll stop reaching for praise and reaching for criticism, because praise or criticism is just a gift you give yourself. It's all coming from you, not coming from the person outside of you. It's coming from the meaning you assign to what they said or what they did or their reaction or whatever. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please, I'm gonna need you to bring your A game today. Today is all awareness. Today is all awareness. I need you to bring your A game today. I'm going to take your mind somewhere that it has never been before with respect to self-awareness. I'm going to take your mind to a place it has never been before with respect to awareness. I'm getting ready to open up a whole new chamber in your mind. I got you, beloved. Tara, I got you, beloved. Yeah, I'm getting ready to open a whole new chamber in your mind. Tierra, what's up, beloved? Before I dive into that, again, I appreciate that. Dr. Spade, thank you, beloved. Pam, thank you, beloved. I appreciate that, you guys. The new mindset is make your strengths your weaknesses. We ain't got time for anything else. That's the new mindset. Make your strengths your weakness. Make your weaknesses your strengths. Whatever your weaknesses are, make them your strengths. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. If you go to the gym and you don't like to do pull-ups, that needs to become your new strength. If you don't like to do your taxes, that needs to become your new strength. If you don't speak up in relationships, that needs to become your new strength. If you procrastinate a lot, that needs to become your new strength. Whatever your weaknesses are, you need to convert them into your strengths. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. If public speaking is a weakness for you, that needs to become your new strength. See, let me tell you why we suffer. Let me tell you why we struggle in life. We struggle in life because you only focus on the things where you're already good. Where the things that you are already good at, you don't need to focus on because you already got that mastered. But then you got all of these things over here that you haven't mastered that are weaknesses for you. Maybe you don't work out consistently. Maybe you don't eat clean. Maybe you don't show up like you should to the moment. Maybe you let people manipulate you and take advantage of you. Maybe you're in certain situations where you don't speak up and say what you really feel versus saying what you think the person needs you to hear at that moment. Where whatever is a weakness for you in this moment needs to become your new strength. Period. If you're afraid to do live streams, that needs to become your new strength. If you're afraid to get on video and talk about your life, that needs to become your new strength. Whatever, see, that's what God is saying. He's saying, take where you're weak and convert that into a strength. If you show up late, start getting there early now. That needs to become your new strength. So if you struggle with being on time, and you struggle with speaking your truth, and you struggle with speaking up in certain moments, and you struggle with saying what you need to say in relationships, this is what I'm saying. What stands in the way is the way. What's standing in your path is the path. The obstacle in your life is the thing that you are supposed to be focusing on right now, because it's blocking you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. See, when I go to the gym, I don't focus on the areas where I'm already strong. I focus on my weaknesses. I focus on converting those weaknesses into strengths. But I take that same mindset to life. So wherever it is you have weaknesses in life, convert those weaknesses into strengths. And you don't have to do it all at the same time. You can do it one thing at a time. If you procrastinate, you need to eliminate that. Because to know you procrastinate and you don't do anything about it is a weakness of a different kind. That's what's really making you weak. See, what really makes you weak is knowing that you have a weakness and you ain't doing anything about it. Because every single person that's going to come into your life is going to be wearing the face of that weakness that you carry. No, eliminate all of the weaknesses. If you have a problem getting up early, set your alarm clock for 30 minutes early. If you know you lay in the bed, you BS and all this other stuff like that, you're supposed to be getting up at 5, but you really don't get out of the bed till 5:15, then set the alarm clock for 4:30. So that way you got that little time, that little lapse that you can waste time and do whatever you need to do. And then at 5 o'clock, you up like you need to. Whatever your weaknesses are, convert them into your strengths now. You don't have to do it all at the same time. You can just do them one at a time. Make a list of everything. Here's what I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. I'm challenging you here. This is how you become the most powerful. How you going to become the most powerful version of you and you walking around with weaknesses that you know you got and you ain't doing anything about it. But you powerful at the same time. It ain't going to ever work that way. Right? It's never going to work that way. So you find one thing. This is what I want you to do. Today, I just want you to make a list. And I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. And write down all of your weaknesses. I procrastinate. I make excuses. I let people take advantage of me. I people please. I don't say what I need to say the right way. I'm always sugarcoat my words. I wake up late. I don't keep my word to myself. I don't turn every should into a must. You just write your list down of all of the weaknesses that you know you have. And then I want you to study that list, because that list is what's keeping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. In that moment, you're going to see the thing that's stopping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. And then what you want to do is start at the top of that list, and you're going to eliminate every weakness on there. Don't focus on the people that are outside of you, because the people that are outside of you are only people that are wearing the face of everything that's on your list. Whatever's on your list, every person that's coming into your life is reflecting what's on the list. That's all they do. They're wearing the face of everything you need to work on within yourself. And so when you create that list, once you create that list, this is what I had to do. Once you create that list, your job is to go that one more time. You don't want to do it all at the same time, because you're going to overwhelm yourself. Just one thing at a time. I don't give a damn if it takes you a whole week to eliminate that one thing. And now you say, okay, I'm growing now. I'm evolving now. I'm stepping into a higher state of consciousness. I'm stepping into a higher state of awareness. But to know you got that list and you don't do anything about it, you'll never become the most powerful version of you. That part right there, Lynetta, master the list. The list is you. Master the list. When I master the list, I've just mastered me. I conquered me. If you know that you don't study like you need to, put it on the list. If you know you're not consistent, put it on the list. If you know you procrastinate, put it on the list. If you know you don't speak your truth, put it on the list. If you know that you allow people to take advantage of you and you ignore red flags and you do all of these things like that in your relationship, put it on the list. If you let your partner get away with things that they shouldn't, put it on the list. And then what you want to do is say, no more, that's over with. I'm not doing that anymore. And if me converting myself into the list causes me to lose people, then those people were never in my life to begin with. They were never with me to begin with. They were only with how I could benefit them. So you master the list. You see what I'm saying? Real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share or repost a lot. That's the new mindset. The new mindset is make your weaknesses your strengths. If you don't know how to master that camera, master that damn camera. If you've never gone live and you're so terrified and worried about what other people think about you, you need to master that. If there's something that you need to do for your job so that you can get that next promotion, that next whatever, you need to master that. Whatever's in your way is the way. That's what you need to understand. Whatever's in your way is the way. You can't walk around and have all these weaknesses in you and you try to become the most powerful version of yourself at the same time. To know that you have weaknesses and you don't do anything about it is a weakness of a different kind. And let me say this to you. Once you create the list, you don't punish yourself. You don't judge yourself. You don't do anything. You look at the list from a place of non-emotion. Right? So you don't punish and judge yourself and, oh, I got all this stuff on my list. And no, you don't do that. Because your mindset is, I'm going to become that list. When I'm finished, ain't going to be nothing on that list. And just think, now, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do now. Let's get sexy with it. Let's get sexy with it. Just imagine who you're going to become on the other side of the list. Just imagine what your life is going to look like when you get on the other side of the list, meaning there's nothing left on the list for you to do. Just imagine what your life is going to look like. Respect, 5-star. Belief in yourself, 5-star. No more negative self-talk. If you speak negatively, if your self-talk is negative, put it on the list. You know, if you're walking around always in a constant state of dissatisfaction, you lack gratitude, put it on the list. And become a subject matter expert in what I need to do to have gratitude in my life. Become a subject matter expert on what it means to have self-respect. Become a subject matter expert on what it means to have self-love. You need to be the master of that. Whatever's on your list, become the subject matter expert with respect to that particular theme. So much so that you can give me a TED talk on whatever it is that's on that list. Oh yeah, coach, procrastinate. Let me tell you what procrastination is. Let me tell you where it comes from. Let me tell you why I want you to break it down to me like a math problem. So then now you're looking at it and you saying, okay, this list right here, this is my problem. That's what you're going to war against. You're going to go to war against what's on that list. You're not focused on the people because every person is only wearing the face of what's on your list. Once I eliminate the list, I eliminate the people. You ain't heard none of what I just said. Once I eliminate the list, I eliminate the people because they're no longer an energetic match to me. The moment I eliminate that list, I eliminate all of the negativity out of my life. I'm going after that list. Damn the people. I ain't worried about the people. I know why the people here. The people here because the list is here. You ain't heard none of what I just said. The people are there because the list is there. God sent them to reflect the list. I'm just giving you the cheat code. He sent them to reflect that list because you ain't doing nothing about it. You living with the list in your mind. So he sent them people to reflect the list because he knew you wasn't going to do nothing about it. This is why we having a conversation with him about it right now. You didn't got comfortable living with the weaknesses. No, we got to change that, beloved. But you do it from a place of non-emotion. You do it from a place of love because your mindset is, oh, I'm going to war against that list. You best believe that. I'm going to war against that list. I ain't going to war with the people at my job. I'm not going to war with the people in my DMs trying to hate on me. I'm not going to war against the people that's hating on my videos and my live stream. I'm going to war against that list. And then I'm building momentum. Now I'm hunting for the next weakness. Once you get on the other side of that list, I hunt for my weaknesses. I'm looking for them. I'm looking for something right now. Does that make sense? Everybody caught that? Type me in the comments. And again, everything is done from love. Everything is done from a place of, it's just a challenge, beloved. I'm just challenging you. And I want you to keep me up on it. Coach, I was struggling with this. I mastered that. I'm on to the next thing, coach. Coach, I was struggling with this. I mastered this right here. I was struggling with that. I mastered it. I used to show up small, not speak my truth. See, I tell you guys this all the time. We not bakers, beloved. We don't sugarcoat things. The moment you start sugarcoating your word for somebody else, you create a whole new wound within yourself. Because your spirit knows that's not what you really feel. Yeah, that's what you said, but that's not what you really feel. So that's a whole new wound that you're going to have to heal from. No person is worth that, beloved. I ain't never met the person that's worth me creating a whole new wound in me so I don't lose the person. And every time I'm around them, I got to show up and be some lesser version of myself so that they can feel bigger. And I'm the one doing it. I just don't know a person that's that worthy. Yeah, if you want to make things, and sugarcoat things, go get a job at Krispy Kreme. Go get a job for Hostess if you want to just sugarcoat things in your life. Iris, what's up, beloved? Yeah, because I tell you guys this all the time. We don't attract what we want. We attract what needs to heal within us. And I need people to understand that. It don't matter what's on your vision board, beloved. That's not what you attracted. It doesn't matter what your goals and dreams are. That's not what you were attracted from. The version of you that created the vision board, the version of you that created the goals and dreams is not the version of you that's attracting things into your life. That's the version of you that you want to become. The version of you that's attracting things into your life is the version of you that still need to heal. So every person that you meet is someone that's an energetic match to a wound that you currently have. Iris, I see you, beloved. And again, not emotion, no judgment. We don't have time to judge. This ain't court TV. We don't judge ourselves because I'm just going to lower my vibrational frequency. I'm just going to punish me all over again. The wound was enough. The first wound was enough. The trauma was enough. I don't need to keep punishing myself. Pretty P, I'll let you know, beloved. I got you. I'm going to let you know. Queen Ella, I see you, beloved. Red, I see you, beloved. T-Benz, that part right there got my D-Wade in the building. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Type me in the comments, please. Cynthia, what's up, beloved? I see you. Tracy, what's up, beloved? I see you. Tracy, I like that video you shot, beloved. You was glowing in that bad boy. I'm talking about you was glowing in that bad boy. I can see you a whole new you. Tracy, you was glowing in that video. Y'all ain't seen Tracy's video, go watch it. She was glowing in that video. I'm literally glowing. Her whole face was illuminated. It was the most beautiful thing. Skin, beautiful, everything was just crazy. I'm telling you. That's what that awareness is going to do. It's going to give you your shine back. It's going to give you your glow back. Tracy do the work, so I ain't worried about her. Yeah, she don't do no play. She don't play. Did I have any new people? Let me see if I got any new people. Because if not, we finna dive off the side of the ocean. We going way down here with the killer whales on that. Past the dolphins, past the sea lions, past them squid that's always getting in everybody's business. We going straight to the bottom where the killer whales hang out at. Okay, Most, I see you. LaDana, what's up, beloved? Yeah, Tar, you gotta let them know that's our heck. They don't know. We got a whole mansion down there at the bottom of the ocean, y'all. I'm telling y'all better come kick it. We throwing parties down there with the killer whales and everything. They don't mess with us. The killer whales like, Coach, man, shit, we didn't learn some stuff, man. What you talking about? Yeah, we doing awareness for the ocean, for the awareness ocean style, But yeah, come on, Stephen. You gotta let them know you need a special submarine to get down there. That's how I know everybody ain't been there. Because it's a special submarine. They only sell it in one part of the country. So if you ain't been there, you ain't got one. Volvo don't make the type of submarines we drive in. We got special submarines. We rock it. For anyone that's new to the platform, welcome. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness. I specialize in helping my students and clients all over the planet. Literally, we are represented in every country to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? The book is a bestseller. The book is globally recognized. The book has helped hundreds of thousands of people to get their awakening, to start their awareness journey, to just give them mastery over self, right? The book doesn't belong to me. The book belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. Once I wrote the book, it didn't belong to me anymore. It didn't belong to, in fairness to the truth, it never belonged to me. Yeah, my cover's on the face of the book because that's something that God let me represent. He let me represent the information, but the information doesn't belong to me. My students know that. I'm very passionate about that. That information doesn't belong to me. It belongs to every person on this live stream right now. It's for you, beloved, because there's certain things that you need to do with respect to your purpose and your calling and who God needs you to become. And the information is only something that's going to help you get closer to that version of you that he needs you to become. But it's not about me. Take me out of it. I'm just the messenger right now. That's all I am. If you judging me and looking at me, you focusing on the wrong thing. I'm not what's important. What I say is what's important, not me. So take me out of it. I'm just the messenger right now. Real quick before we dive into this, if you guys, because we get ready to dive deep. If you are not currently signed up for our free thought of the day, type no in the comments, please. If you are not currently signed up for our free thought of the day, please type no in the comments. Please, let's get you signed up real quick, and then we get ready to take off in the space shuttle. Let me see how many no's. The free thought of the day is designed so that you can wake up inspired, right? That's the whole purpose of it every single day, to wake up inspired, wake up with intention, but most importantly, to wake up to something that's designed to unlock your inner greatness. I want to help you unlock your inner greatness, but obviously I can't do it without you, right? And that's what the free thought of the day is designed to do. So what you guys are going to want to do is copy and paste that link that Tara has pinned to your screen. Copy and paste that link. Copy and paste that link. It'll take you to get signed up real quick. It's only going to take you a couple seconds. Go ahead and do it now. And then we're going to get started on this live show. Again, copy and paste that link, put it in your browser. It'll take you to get signed up real quick. Get signed up for the free thought of the day, and then we're going to get busy. We are going to get busy. Again, today is all about self-awareness. It's all self-awareness today. So you're going to really have to bring, you guys copy and paste that link, put it in your browser, and it'll take you to get signed up. You said, how can you be hungry with the list if you lack the fire? How can you be hungry with the list if you lack the fire? That's a great question. I mean, you, in fairness to the truth, you just may be comfortable with who you are right now. You may be comfortable with the life that you have right now. And if that's the case, but see, the fire doesn't get lit in you. The fire is lit by the people you surround yourself with. If you're around people that have a mediocre mindset, you're going to have a mediocre mindset as well, because convergence is real. And this is the reason why we created a community, because, when I used to coach people before my community was created, when I used to coach people, what would happen is, those people were going back to environments with people that had no drive, had no desire, had no motivation. They weren't looking to become anything greater than they already were. And the problem with that is that all of my coaching would get drowned out by the environment that person is, because that's what programming and conditioning is. Programming comes from what I say to you. Conditioning comes from your environment. And conditioning is far more powerful than programming is. right? That's why when soldiers come back from the war, that's why they're so traumatized and they struggle with PTSD, not because of what someone said to them, but because what they witnessed in the environment. And conditioning is very difficult to overcome. The reason why you don't have drive and fire and passion and all of those things is because your environment has conditioned it out of you. But if you enter a new environment where people have drive and motivation and passion and fire to become something greater than they are, convergence that's gonna light your match as well. And so that's the number one reason why we created the community, is because some of you guys are in an environment that doesn't foster growth at all. And I don't blame you for that. It's just the environment that you're in. And this is the number one reason why people in lower income areas never get out of that area. They don't stay stuck in the area because they're not smart enough or they're not skilled or talented enough. They stay stuck in the area because, again, convergence is real. You become like the people you surround yourself with most. And so that drive, that fire to become something greater gets pushed out of you, and it gets replaced with whatever it is that's happening in that particular area. And this is why wealthy people stay wealthy. Wealthy people stay wealthy because they only surround themselves around other wealthy people. They go to the best golf clubs, work out at the best gyms, go to the best health clubs, go to the best restaurants. They're surrounded by abundance. So abundance becomes a part of their conditioning. People that live in the hood or live in the ghetto or live in lower income areas, they're surrounded by lack. They're surrounded by limitation. They're surrounded by, I can't do it. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not fill in the blank. It becomes a part of their conditioning. Let me say this to you. If you take the person from the lower income area and you move them to the area where the wealthy are, they will eventually become wealthy themselves, because their mindset is going to change. Their conditioning is going to change. Their attitude is going to change. Their beliefs are going to change. Everything is going to change. Right? Everything is going to change. And so, that's why that's so important. That's why our community is so important that we created, because everyone in there is focused on becoming something more, right? We're all moving in a particular direction. Are we all going to the same place? No, but we're all moving in a particular direction. That's why these live streams are so important. Every person in this chat is powerful right now. With respect to my students and the people in the Mindset Masters community, I can't speak for everyone. But the people that are in our community, every one of these people right now could probably answer 99% of your problems. That's why our chat is so powerful. It's all convergence, right? I give you a great example of what I'm saying, and then we're going to get into this live. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. You could take a kid that's been poor his entire life, and let's say he's 8 to 10 years old. Parents living check to check. He lives in an apartment with 5 of his siblings. They all sleeping on top of each other. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. The parents got the master bedroom. All the kids sleep in the other bedroom. They got bunk beds piled in there. Just imagine that right now. And if you take that 10-year-old kid out of that apartment and you let that 10-year-old kid go and live with Oprah for an entire year, living in a $50 million house, maids, butlers, chauffeurs, going to the best health clubs, going to private schools, getting a private education, wearing the best clothes, eating the best foods, drinking the best drinks, all of these things like that. And if you let that kid experience that for an entire year, and then you take that kid from that environment and take them back to where their siblings are, back to that apartment, that kid won't fit there anymore. The conditioning has knocked the poverty out of him. His mindset is different. He's going to excel at a level because he has vision now. See, the most powerful thing you can give a person is vision. See, vision is the ability to see without actually having to become the thing. See, because once I take that kid to go and live with Oprah, that kid has vision now. He don't have to have her money. He just needs to know it's possible. See, in the environment where he was in, he didn't know it was possible.
All he knew was lack and limitation. So his vision was predicated on his environment. But the moment that I took him to go see something different, where he knew there was a different quality of life available, his financial thermostat had been reprogrammed. Now he wants the best of the best of the best, to where his brothers and sisters don't have that same hunger. Why? Because they lack the vision. He's not better than them. He just had his mind opened. He has vision now. I'm telling you now. This is why I speak in metaphors, because I try to give my students vision. I try to let them see, because the most powerful gift you have is your imagination. If I can get you to see it in your mind, you can go there in your physical body. Your body will only follow your mind. But most people have a limited mindset. And so your body won't go anywhere because it doesn't have anything to follow. And so that's why vision is so important. Visualization, I'm telling you now, it's more powerful than education, because it allows you to go places mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that you physically have never been before. And that's why I tell people why reading is so important, because reading allows you to travel even though you've never left your seat. But most people don't read books, and that's why we never become powerful. Most people don't read books. The average person, 9 out of 10 people, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. 9 out of 10 people in your phone right now have not completed a powerful book on some subject matter that can change their life. They ain't completed a book. 9 out of 10 people. Now they'll watch videos, they'll watch Netflix, they'll tell you about some dating app or tell you about some series that they're watching, but they haven't completed a single powerful book, not some novel about romance. I'm talking about something that can change your mindset, something that challenges the way you think, challenges what you believe. They haven't done it. They'll buy the book, but they won't finish it. I'm telling you. And this is why they'll reject you. They'll reject you because you're growing, you're evolving. And so in that moment, you're the mirror to what they settle for. And that's why they'll reject you. I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, let's get busy. I'm telling you, the greatest gift my uncle gave me, the greatest gift he ever gave me was not money. It wasn't a car. It wasn't, fancy clothes. And my uncle's a multi-millionaire. The greatest gift he ever gave me, he allowed me to come and live with him for 1 year. Now, you guys know in my Mindset Masters family, I was raised by my mom. My mom lived in check to check. We owned Section 8 and food stamps and all of these other things like that. My uncle said, let him come live with me for a year. Maids, butlers, Rolls Royces, golf courses. And I'm going to tell you the best gift my uncle ever gave me. He said, nephew, take my car. I'm 17 years old at the time. Nephew, take my car and go get it washed for me. This was how he was programming me. He said, take my car and go and get it washed for me. Now, my uncle ain't got nothing but Mercedes Benzes and Rolls Royces right now. It ain't like he got buckets sitting outside. So I'm saying, I ain't never drove a Mercedes Benz in my life. Ain't never touched a Mercedes Benz steering wheel up until that point. And so he handed me the keys and said, go get the car washed for me. And let me tell you what happened to me. I got license and everything. When I'm driving the car, I saw how people responded to me. I saw how they reacted to me. I saw how they looked at me. I saw how they treated me. It was totally different. It was like I had stepped into another world. It was totally different. It was the craziest thing in the world. And in that moment, he knew what he was doing to me. My hunger, my drive after that, I want that for me. But had I never experienced it, had I never experienced the houses, and had I never experienced it, I would have had no hunger for it. Where would the drive have come from? You can't watch TV and get that. You have to experience it yourself. TV won't give it to you. Books won't give it to you. So this is what I'm saying. So that's why let me tell you the power of visualization. That $1 million house that you want, guess what they do? They do open houses all the time for it. Go walk through the open house. Go do the open house. Go walk in there and take your time when you walking in there. Visualize what it's going to be like when you live there. Feel the feeling, feel the floor, feel everything beneath you. Look at the fixture, look at the crown molding, look at everything, look at all of the detail. Because you have to give your body the experience. Looking at it online ain't gonna give you that. You got to go walk through that bad boy. Go look at the size of that pool. Look at how people live on the other side of life. That car that you want, go drive it this weekend. You got a license? Go get in it this weekend. Put on your best outfit and go get in that Mercedes Benz or that Jaguar or that Rolls Royce or whatever it is. Go feel what it feels like, because that's a different type of conditioning. That's conditioning on a whole different level. Programming is just you looking at it online. Conditioning is I touched it, I felt it, I smelled it. I know what it feels. I know what I can tell you what the leather felt like. You got to go do that. But if you just look at it online and you just look at a few pictures of it and you ain't gonna ever experience it. You have to give your body the actual conditioned experience. I'm telling you right now, I didn't ask you, did you have the money yet? I didn't ask you how much money is in your bank account. I said, put on your nicest outfit and go take that tour on that $1 million house that you want. They do open houses for it all day long. You can go sit and drive that car that you want before you, and now you see, this is how you program your reticular activating system. This is your RAS. This is how your RAS gets programmed, because now your brain knows, okay, this is what we want. This is what we're going after. So then when you study it, I'm studying so that I can get my house. I'm studying so that I can get my car. When I show up to this moment, this version of me that's coming to this moment ain't the same version that's going to get that car. This version of me that's procrastinating ain't going to be the one that's getting that car. This version of me that's making all these excuses ain't going to be the one driving that car. Something's going to have to change. I've got to transform into the version of me that's capable of pushing that Mercedes Benz and living in that $1 million house or living in that $1 million high-rise condo or whatever it is you want for yourself. Give yourself the experience now, and then it's going to make sense while you studying like you studying, grinding like you grinding, not tolerating disrespect no more, not showing up small no more, speaking your truth. But I got somewhere I'm trying to go, and you in the way. That's how you tell every person that's talking to you, I got somewhere I'm getting ready to go, and you in the way right now. So I ain't got time to show up small. Because the version of me that lives in that house ain't going to tolerate this disrespect. The version of me that lives in that house ain't going to show up small. The version of me that's driving that car is going to speak her truth. That's how you do it. You got to become the thing before you become the thing. Then it's going to all make sense. I'm telling you. Some of you guys, that's why you're not getting the thing that you want, because you have space between you and the thing. There's you here, and then there's the thing that you want, and then there's all this space. And you think that there's all these steps you got to take to get here. No, what you have to do is collapse the space. I collapse the space by spending time. Every weekend, I'm going to see my house. Every weekend, I'm going to drive my car. Every weekend, I'm going to shop for whatever it is that thing is that you want. I have to start spending time with the life that I want and stop spending time with the people that reflect the life that you no longer love. See, what's separating you from the life you have and the life you want is discipline, beloved. That's what's separating the two. The version of you that wants the house and the version of you that has the house operates from two completely different sets of identity. So this is why I tell you guys that list is important. The list that I told you to make earlier, that's why that list is so important. Yeah, I'm telling you, Mose, I'm telling you, you got it, beloved. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Let's get busy getting busy. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please. Share or repost the live to your stories. If you, Raza, you missed the list. If you haven't already done so, please, there's some of you guys missed the list.
I might do a recap on it in just a little while because I freestyled that whole piece. Again, share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please, boom, baddest thing on the planet is you. I dare you to believe it. All right, let's get busy getting busy. You're not suffering. Again, we're getting into the awareness now. So this is where I need you guys to. You're not suffering because of the things that are coming from God. That's not why you're suffering. You are not suffering because of the things that are coming from God. You are suffering because you are attached to things that don't come from Him. All of your suffering is coming because you're attached to things that don't come from Him. Put yourself in park and look at your life, you'll see it. Whether that's some addiction, whether that's some gambling addiction, whether that's something you drink, something you smoke, something you reach for in the dark when nobody else is watching, there's something you're attached to, a toxic relationship, a friendship that you've outgrown. There's something an outdated version of yourself. There's something you're attached to that doesn't come from Him. And that's why you suffer. Everything that comes from Him, there's no suffering. That's how you know the thing is meant for you, because it's not going to cause you to suffer. If you got to chase it, it's going to cause you to suffer, because the moment you start chasing it, that's the number one indicator that it doesn't belong to you. Anything you have to chase doesn't belong to you. What God wants you to have won't require you to chase. You won't have to shrink. You won't have to show up small. You won't have to be some edited version of yourself to keep the person. You won't have to do that. If you got to do any of those things, it's the number one indicator that the thing is not for you. It's what your ego wanted you to have, not God. So one more time, you're not suffering because of the things that are coming from God. You're suffering because you're attached to things that don't come from Him. You're suffering because you're allowing people to have access to you that don't reflect what He stands for. I said you're suffering because you have people attached to you that don't reflect what He stands for. Just look at the people in your life. Because if they're causing you pain, they're not reflecting God. They're reflecting the unhealed versions of themselves. Pain is your body's voice, beloved. Listen to what I'm saying to you. We're talking spirit to spirit now. Pain is your body's voice. Write that down so you never forget. Don't try to go off memory. Pain is your body's voice. Listening to your body and honoring its signals is the purest form of self-love. That's the purest form of self-love on the planet. I honor what my body is trying to communicate to me. This person is causing me pain. This person is causing me to suffer. This person is causing confusion. This person has me wondering if I'm enough. I'm all confused. I don't know whether we in the relationship, we leaving it. This person, there's too much suffering going on here. See, when you are experiencing physical pain, your body is trying to communicate to you that something is wrong internally. Okay, we get that part. That's easy to figure out. But when you're experiencing emotional and psychological pain, it's your body's way of letting you know that you are out of touch with the truth. Emotional and psychological pain is your body's way of saying, beloved, you out of alignment with the truth. Somebody lying in your situation. Something is not genuine here. Someone in your life is not reflecting what God is and what He wants for you. That's why the suffering is, that's why the pain is there. That's why the pain is there. Pain is your body's
voice. That's why it's having a full-blown conversation with you. But when you lack self-awareness, you sit here negotiating with the pain. You trying to hang on to the person and ignore the pain that they causing you. Yeah, you see the pain and you feel it, but it doesn't cause you, but you stay in the situation. That's why God gave it to you, beloved. That's his way of communicating with you. When your comfort zone no longer gets your attention, pain will. When your excuses no longer get your attention, pain will. When your procrastination can no longer get your attention, God sends pain. Pain is your messenger. It's your body's voice that something is out of alignment with the truth. There's too many falsehoods going on here. There's manipulation going on here. There's suffering going on here. We're out of alignment here. We're disconnected from reality here. That's why pain comes. Pain doesn't cause you pain. The pain comes from the meaning that you assign to it. And when you try to hang on to the very person that's causing you to be in pain to begin with, that's what causes the pain. I won't let go of the very person that's causing me to be in pain. I won't let go of the very person that's verbally abusing me. I won't let go of the very person that has shown me repeatedly that they don't respect me, that they don't show up for me, that they don't value me, but I won't let go of the person. That's what pain is coming to say. You got to let go of them because you're losing you. That's what God is saying. You losing you. Again, pain is your body's voice. It's trying to have a conversation with you. It's trying to communicate to you. Listening to your pain is the highest form of self-love. Walking away from the person that caused you to be in pain to begin with is the highest form of self-respect. May, what's up, beloved? Cookie, I see you. Sandy, I see you. Trying to become your divine self is like a wave trying to become the ocean. Turn your awareness up. Wynette, what's up, beloved? Trying to become your divine self is like a wave trying to become the ocean. The wave rises and crashes. And the whole time that it's doing that, it is the ocean. It's never been anything other than the ocean. It's just the ocean appearing in a different form. That's you. God is the ocean. He sent you. Get all them other people out your mind. He sent you. Same way he sent Jesus. He sent you. Period. Why do you think you're here? There's something that you carry that's powerful enough to build nations. There's something in you that you carry that's powerful enough to build empires and kingdoms. But you've taken all that awareness that you are, all that consciousness that you are, all that source energy that you are, and you shrank it down into this little thing you call me. I'm just me, coach. I'm just doing me. That's what's hurting you. You're me. Because your me is just a collection of thoughts, opinions, outdated programming, outdated conditioning, outdated versions of yourself. Your ego, your persona, your reputation is your me, and you defend it with your life. Even though none of those things are what you are, but you defend them with your life. That's me. That's the one that carries your depression, the one that you're defending. That's the one that carries your anxiety, the me that you're defending. Not the source energy that you are. Source energy doesn't have depression. Source energy doesn't have suffering. Source energy doesn't have anxiety. Source energy doesn't experience fear. Only your ego does. The one you call me. One more time, trying to become your divine self is like a wave trying to become the ocean. The wave rises and crashes, and the whole time that it's doing that, it is the ocean itself. It's never been anything other than the ocean. It's just the ocean appearing in a different form. It's the ocean moving in a different form. So trying to become your divine self, meaning trying to operate from a higher level of consciousness, is working hard to become something that you already are. You're working so hard to become something that you already are. And the belief that you are not the thing is what keeps you disconnected from it. So you don't believe that you're the divine. You don't believe it. You say it consciously, but subconsciously, you don't believe it. Because if you genuinely believed it, you would move totally different. Wouldn't be no disrespect in your life. Wouldn't be no showing up small in your life. Wouldn't be no not speaking your truth in your life. You'd be going after everything you want. You would be manifesting everything you want. You would only have the best and most powerful people around you. You would have the light that you want right now. See, that's the problem. You don't believe it. You believe it consciously. You believe it conceptually. But spiritually, you're not there yet. And that's what awareness is trying to do. Awareness is trying to get you there spiritually, not conceptually, not on your ego level. What it's still tricking you into believing that you need to heal something that's not broken in you. It's the same thing with affirmations. The reason why people don't manifest the affirmation is because you saying all these powerful things, but you don't genuinely believe that to be true about yourself. This is why it doesn't happen. Not because you're not worthy. Not because you're not worthy, but because you genuinely don't believe it. If I tell you you're the baddest thing walking, conceptually, you might agree. But spiritually and energetically, you disagree with that. You rejecting that. So the very thing that you want to become is the very thing that you are rejecting at the same time. You're carrying two conflicting beliefs. There's the belief that you're the most powerful thing walking, and there's the belief that you're broken. There's the belief that you are divine, and then there's the belief about your pain. This is what I'm saying. You're carrying two conflicting beliefs, beloved. Which one we gonna line up with? See, because your trauma speaks louder than what you believe about your divinity. Your ego speaks louder than that version of you that you're trying to become. And this is what I'm saying. And then you're carrying a belief in your mind that I need to become the thing. I need to become one more time. You are the wave trying to become the ocean, never realizing and understanding you've been the ocean the entire time. How can you become something that you already are? But you got to understand something about that belief. That belief is powerful as I don't know what, because that belief will keep you disconnected from your divinity. Because it's your belief. that I need to do more. I need to become more. I need to become something different than what I'm saying awareness all the time. You have to seek the end of seeking. I'm not looking to become anything because I am already the thing that I would be looking to become. I've got to stand in that. And I've got to shift out of my identity. And there's some things in my life that I'm going to need to change. And your past is just data. Your past is just outdated information from outdated versions of yourself that you no longer are. There's nothing on this planet that can capture who you are at your essence. Not your past, not your future, not your friends, not your family. Nothing can capture what you are. A camera can't even capture what you are because you're not your physical body. I'm trying to wake you up to what God already knows and what he's waiting on you to wake up to. You can't capture what you are. Even when you're looking at your past, even when you're looking at your present moment is not a snapshot of what you are. Your present moment is a snapshot of all of the outdated versions of yourself and the choices and decisions they made. Period. That's what your past is. Outdated information. Look at it that way. Outdated information from outdated versions of yourself that you no longer are. But you're giving it all this power. Your past ain't got no power. All of this power is coming from you. One more time. Your past is just outdated information, beloved. It's outdated versions of yourself and choices and decisions that they made, patterns that they had, routines that they used to have that you no longer identify with. So that's why your past can't capture who you are, because you're not those versions of yourself anymore. You're something different. You're not who you were yesterday. Reese's Pieces, what's up, beloved? All right, let's get busy. Let me get back into this. So one more time. Trying to become the divine self, right? Meaning trying to embody higher levels of consciousness is just you trying to work hard at something that you already are. The problem is that you got the premise backwards. You are not a human trying to access something divine. You are the divine temporarily taking on the shape of a human. Let that sink in. One more time. The problem is you've got the premise backward. In your mind, you are a human trying to access something divine. That's how you've been moving. I'm trying to become my highest and best self. I'm trying to become this. Okay, you got the premise backwards, beloved. So one more time, you are not a human trying to access something divine. You are the divine temporarily taking on the shape of a human. You see the difference there? You are not a body that has a spirit. You have a spirit that was been given a body by God. How are you taking care of that? You are not a spirit. You are not a body that has a spirit. You are a spirit that was handed a body by God to manage and take care of so that you can fulfill your purpose here on this earth. The body is going to stay. The spirit is going back to where God is. Period. All your suffering is coming because you identify with the body. I don't have to know your name to know that. That's where it's all coming from. You don't identify as spirit. You're still identifying as body. You're identifying as ego. You're identifying as the version of you that was wounded, or the childhood trauma, or whatever the case may be. What would happen, just out of curiosity, what would happen if you set aside everything you know about this world just for a second And what would happen if you set aside all of the labels that you place on yourself just for a second? And what would happen if you set aside all of the memories that you piled on top of yourself? Who's left? If I remove everything I know about the world, if I get rid of all of the labels, if I get rid of all, what's left? I'm trying to get you to see and understand. All of your suffering is coming because all the stuff that you piling on top of on top of your divinity, beloved. This is why you don't walk, talk, act, and move as the spiritual being that you are, because you've got all of these things piled on top of that version of you. The spiritual being is buried underneath your memories, buried underneath your labels, buried underneath everything the world told you to be and what the world is. It's buried underneath things that have nothing to do with who you are. And this is what awareness is trying to do, get all of that off of you. I don't want anything on me. Nothing is on me. Outside of this shirt, there's nothing on me anymore. I don't carry any of that on me. I don't need to remember anything because I'm not going in that direction. I'm focused on what I'm building. Turn your awareness up. Turn your awareness up. Turn your awareness up. There's a big difference between the furniture in the room and the room itself. Turn your awareness up. There's a big difference between the furniture in the room and the room itself. Most people have been decorating their whole lives and never notice that they live in a palace. Your thoughts, furniture. Your past, furniture. Your emotions, furniture. Your circumstances, furniture. Your programming and conditioning, furniture. All of that pain and suffering, furniture. And all of it is appearing inside of something. It's all appearing inside of something. Have you ever stopped long enough to see that? All of your furniture is appearing inside of something. It's nothing but the awareness in which every experience that you have ever had shows up in. That's your divine self, not the furniture. Your past is your furniture. Your pain and suffering, furniture. Feelings and emotions, furniture. Thoughts, furniture. All furniture, beloved. But the room and the furniture are two completely different things. The room is unaffected no matter how much furniture you put in it. That part right there, by the way, when you notice the space in the room, you can see that you can fill it up with all sorts of things. But the space never changes. This is why I need you to turn your awareness up. Turn your awareness up. Turn it up. We're going all the way to the top floor. I said, I don't give a damn what you put in the room. The room never changes. I don't give a damn who comes in and out of the room. The room never changes. It remains untouched. It remains undisturbed. You are the space. So regardless of what thoughts, what fears, what doubts you have, there is something in you untouched. Right now in this moment, there is something in you right now that has never been touched by a single person that's ever walked on the face of this earth. Never been touched. Has witnessed and observed everything. You observing me right now. There's an intelligence that's observing me right now that has never been disrespected, never been cheated on, never been lied to, never been abused, never been touched inappropriately, never been touched, I said. And the same intelligence that's looking out of your eyes, taking this live stream in, is the same intelligence that's in every single human being on the planet. I don't give a damn what city you move to. Every single person that you see is connected to that same intelligence that you are utilizing in this moment to observe this live stream. Same energy, wearing different faces. Same divinity, wearing different faces. Same ocean, different wave. Latina Realtor, what's up, beloved? Just notice it. Notice it right now. The same divinity that's operating my physical body right now. You need me to qualify it for you? Would you like me to qualify it for you right now? Would you like me to give it to you in a way so you never miss it in the history of your life? I'll be happy to do it. I won't convince you. You'll convince yourself. I don't want to spend a half a second trying to convince you of anything because I don't have the power to change what you believe. But I do have the power to give you some evidence that will create the paradigm shift in you. Here we go. Boom. If you hold your nose for more than 3 minutes, 5 minutes, what's going to happen? I need you to answer that question. If you hold your breath 3 minutes, 5 minutes, what's going to happen? You're going to go unconscious. But in order to go unconscious, that would only mean that you had to be in possession of it. That's the qualifier. When a fighter gets knocked out, he gets knocked unconscious. And in order to get knocked unconscious, he had to be in possession of it to begin with. Because how can I lose something if I didn't have it? You are consciousness. So when you get knocked out of consciousness, you lose it. It gets disconnected in that moment. Consciousness removes itself from the physical body in that moment. And then it'll come back into the physical body, but it is not the physical body. This is why it's so important for you to understand this. In order to lose consciousness, that could only mean that I had to be in possession of it to begin with. Which means consciousness is what you are. You can only lose what you're in possession of. I can't lose what I'm not in possession of. I'll do that. Do me a favor real quick, you guys. And it's actually, that premise is wrong, beloved. Death is actually life and life is actually death. That premise is wrong.
We've been programmed and conditioned to see it wrong. That's why we're also terrified of it. We're terrified of it because it's out of alignment with what we are. I'll give you an example of what I'm saying. I'm going to give you the metaphor. I'm going to give you, Sabrina, what's up, beloved? I'm going to give you the metaphor with respect to that. So look at God as being the ocean. Don't hang on to the metaphor too tight. Some of you guys cling too tight to the metaphors. But look, I'm just going to give you the best metaphor that I know. Look at God as being the ocean. Okay, so God takes a piece of himself off and puts it in this physical body called you. You have a purpose and a mission to get certain things done here on this planet. Okay, and so when this host body expires, okay, it goes back to the ocean. The ocean is where life is happening. The ocean is where abundance is happening. The ocean is where there's no pain. The ocean is where there's no suffering. The ocean is where there's no trauma, no racism, no kids being taken advantage of, and all of these other things like that. That's life. Because in that moment, when God takes a piece of himself off and puts it in this physical body so that you can become activated and do everything that you need to do, there's pain here. There's suffering here. There's trauma here. There's abuse here. There's homelessness here. There's all of this trauma going on and tragedy going on and wars going on and violence going on and people projecting what they are onto you. This is not life. This is death. Life is when you are back with him. You just are on a mission right now. And your spirit came here to heal certain things. Your spirit came here so that everything that you've experienced leading up to this moment, your spirit could heal here on this planet. Period, point blank. We all have a different mission in life. But when your host body expires, it goes back to the ocean where it wants to be. It does not want to be, it does not want to be here more than it wants to be there. It wants to be there more than it wants to be anything. So we got that programmed out of us. We got that programmed out of us. So they gave us the wrong premise. We sit here thinking that you live in life right now and I don't want to lose this and all of this other stuff like that. Never realizing and understanding, no, life is when you get to go back. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. Think about a soldier. When that soldier goes off to war, that's not the best part of his life. The best part of his life is when he gets to come back home. The whole time that soldier is off in some foreign country, he's only thinking about, yeah, I got a mission. There's certain things that I got to handle, but I want to get back home. This ain't my home. I want to get back home. That's how your spirit is. This is why the spiritual awakening is so important, because your spirit wants to get back home. This isn't your spirit's home. So your spirit is like the soldier that's going off to the war. It's here, but this isn't where it wants to be because this isn't where it's from. It wants to go back home. So it's like your spirit is like, this is why I'm so active, and this is why I don't got time for yesterday and got time for the past and got time for, I don't have time for none of that. I move with urgency because I want to get my mission fulfilled. I want to take care of the people that I came here to take care of. And that's what I'm saying. And so once your spirit, you won't see that until you have your spiritual awakening. Once you have your spiritual awakening, you're going to have a different level of urgency in you. You're going to move it. Right now, you move it through your ego. But once you have your spiritual awakening, you're going to understand that this isn't what you call life is not life. Life is when you get to go back and you with God. Life is when that drop that you are goes back to the ocean. Mission fulfilled. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, you guys? We're talking words, but we think in pictures. I'm limited here, you guys, with respect to what I can really convey through this camera. Tracy, I see you, beloved. Okay, Lynette, I see you, beloved. Because I see you. So one more time, let me say it one more time. God is the ocean. What does he do? He takes a piece of that ocean that he is and puts it in you. The moment that he puts it in you, this body gets activated. There's certain things that you came here to do.
right? Certain things that you came here to heal. Your spirit is here on a mission. This isn't what we're doing right here. It's not what we call life. Life is what we have when we get back home. You're on a mission right now. And this is why your spirit doesn't fear this host body expiring, because we get to do this as many times as we want. This right here, what we're doing, we get to do as many times as we want, but never lose sight of the fact of what we're doing here is nothing. It pales in comparison to what it's like when you get back home, especially once you fulfill that mission. Whatever your spirit came here to heal, and I don't know what your purpose is in life, but I know what mine is. And so I'm handling mine right now as we speak. Right now as we speak. And let me tell you the difference, because there's suffering here. There's pain here. There's violence here. There's trauma here. Once you get back, ain't none of that going on. There's none of that going on. So this isn't life that you live in right now. This is your spirit's mission that you live in right now. Life is once you get back home. And hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, you can't go today if you can't go until God says you can go. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere until he says you can go. All right, let me get busy getting busy. Cat lover, I see you, beloved. Iris, I see you. All right, let's get back into it. That part right there, Carrie 601, that part right there. And it's not even something that you should be, that's not even a thought you should be entertaining. Right? That's not even a thought that you should be entertaining. The only thought you should be entertaining is, how do I get to my spiritual awakening? First, how do I get to my calling? Because I can't get to my spiritual awakening until I get to my calling. How do I get to my calling so that I can then get to my spiritual awakening, so that I can then understand what my destiny is, and so that I can then fulfill that? If you even entertain the thought of, well, I'm gonna just take myself out, what if we operating from ridiculously low levels of consciousness? Come on, y'all, let's turn it up. I'm sitting here thinking I'm having an intelligent conversation. I'm really talking to my students. My students know exactly what I'm saying right now. Yeah, Ken, we trying to complete the mission. We ain't got time to focus on how do we end the mission before we started the mission. Let me say this to you. Your name has absolutely, well, again, we talking awareness today. I told you guys, we breaking the awareness today. Jazz, what's up, beloved? We bringing the awareness today. Your name has absolutely nothing to do with who you are. Nothing. Not kinda, not sort of, not a little bit. Your name has absolutely nothing to do with who you are. Your name was given to you before you even knew what a name was. You didn't know what a name was. It was just handed to you. But you were programmed to respond to it as me. You were programmed to respond to it as me. Then more labels got added to you. Your nationality, I'm telling you how you got to where you are right now. And then more labels were added to you. Your nationality got added to you. Your beliefs got added. Your personality got added. Your religion got added. Your cultural beliefs got added. Your failures and the identity that you built around your wounds. And the collection of these labels became your identity. The culmination of these labels became your identity. But a name can only point to you. It can't be you, but it can point to you. Just as the word ocean is not the ocean. I can say ocean all day long. You ain't gonna get wet when I say ocean because the word is not the thing. Water's not gonna shoot out of my mouth when I say ocean because the word is not the thing. Same thing with your name. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. You can change your name, but something in you doesn't change. Turn your awareness up. You can lose your status, but something in you doesn't change. You can lose your reputation, but something in you doesn't change. You can change almost everything you believe about yourself and still remain the same. So there must be something prior to the description of who you are. There must be something prior there. Something that exists before your mind says, this is who I am. The deepest question is not, who am I? The deepest question is, who am I before I answer? The deepest question is not, who am I? The deepest question is, who am I before I answer? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're getting ready to turn the awareness up. Here's the truth. Take your awareness up. Take your awareness up. You're grieving a future that was never promised to you. This is where so much of our suffering comes from. You're grieving a future that was never promised to you. And you're missing a present that you'll never get back. The relationship you thought would last, the version of your life that you created in your mind that you never got to experience was never promised to you, beloved. That future that you planned with that person was never promised to you. That future that you created in your mind about what you wanted your life to be like was never promised to you. Who made the promise? Your mind? God? Who? This is why we're suffering. We sit here grieving things that no one ever promised to us. Nobody promised you forever with the people that's in your life. Who made the promise to you? But we're moving through life as though somebody gave us some promise, some guarantee. You are mourning something that only exists in your imagination. But nothing was ever taken from you. Nobody's ever taken anything from you, beloved, because nothing belongs to you. In order for me to take something from you, it had to belong to you. What belongs to you is what you showed up with the day you were born, what you come with. Whatever's on that list, make a list of what you came with, because last time I checked, you didn't come with anything. So if you didn't come with anything, you don't lose anything. You gained access to certain things that God wanted you to have access to so that they could help your spirit evolve, help you evolve. But you didn't show up with anything. So how can you lose what you never showed up with? Just to show you how our programming and conditioning works, just to show you how your ego works. The audacity for you to take the time to sit and focus on a future that doesn't belong to you. Not only are you ruining the present moment, but you're causing so much pain and suffering focusing on a future that nobody ever promised you. That's where your anxiety is coming from. That's where all your anxiety is coming from. You try to solve some future problem, but wait a minute, the future that you're focusing on doesn't belong to you, was never promised to you. You don't see the problem with that? God is saying, the moment that I gave you is the only one that belongs to you. You all out here in the future trying to solve some problem. In the future, you don't even know if you're going to be there to solve the problem when you arrive. I didn't promise you that. I promise you your now, not your later, not your tomorrow, not your next week. I promise you your now. This is what you got right now. Whatever you got right now is what I'm promising you. But we're wasting it. We're destroying our lives, focusing on moments that no one ever promised us. If you don't see the ignorance in that, I don't know what to tell you. That's like you going to the car dealership and you looking at this Honda Accord that you want to buy. Like you don't have the money for the Honda Accord or nothing. Somebody else comes and buys the Honda Accord and you get upset. You can't get upset about a car that didn't belong to you. I'm talking about you cussing the dealership out and you cussing the salesman out and you mad at the people that bought it, but wait, the car didn't belong to you. You just were looking at the car, just like the future. You just looking at it, but it doesn't belong to you. And not only that, it's causing you to neglect this moment and create suffering at the same time. So you just losing all the way across the board. You creating an anxiety because you focus on something that doesn't belong to you. You ruining this moment because you're neglecting this moment. So everything is just being ruined. If you don't see that, and then that's a cycle that you have. That's a pattern that you have. This is why you're not where you need to be, because you're too busy focusing on where you don't belong. They didn't sold my car. Well, how did they sell your car? The car never belonged to you. This is what God is saying. I'm just speaking metaphorically here, beloved. Don't hang on to the metaphor too tight, because if you do, you miss the point. No, none of that stuff belongs to you, beloved. Mose, great question. Great question. Put that up there, that Mose. Put Moses' question up there, please. Yeah, no, that doesn't belong to you, beloved. Great, first and foremost, phenomenal question. Great question. Great question, beloved. Great question. Short answer is no. Those things belong to your ego, especially when it comes to, beauty and all of these things like that, because that's all predicated on comparison, right? In order for you to call something beautiful, you've got to have something not so beautiful to compare it to, or how would you know the thing is beautiful, right? In order to know what light is, you have to know what dark is. In order to know what happiness is, you have to know what unhappiness is. In order to know what peace is, you have to know what chaos is, right? So your ego is always comparing something to something else. And so beauty and reputation and all of these things all belong to the ego, right? And this is the thing, these are the very things that keep us disconnected from our divinity, right? And so it's so important it's so important for us all to understand that. But nevertheless, great question. Thank you for that. Great question. And comparison simply means that you haven't stepped into your purpose.
the only reason why we compare ourselves to other people is because you haven't stepped into your purpose. Once you step into your purpose, you're going to understand, and you will never step into your purpose until you step into your calling, and then you're going to step into your purpose. But once you step into your purpose, you're going to understand just how rare and unique you are. You won't understand it in this moment because your ego's still online and won't allow you to experience that. But once you step into your purpose, you're going to understand that you're unique, your purpose is unique, and there's nothing to compare you to. But comparison is, people say, "Oh, comparison is the thief of joy." That's bumper sticker talk. That's not what comparison is. Comparison means that you haven't stepped into your purpose yet. You haven't awakened as of yet. And your ego, because your ego survives by comparison. That's how your ego survives. It survives by comparison. It's always comparing your chapter 20 to someone else's chapter 50, right? Your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 15. It's always doing that. And that's why your feelings and emotions are always going up and down. All right, let's get back into this. Star, what's up, beloved? Ellie, I see you. Sabrina, I see you, beloved. So one more time, I think that this piece on grieving things that don't belong to us, the audacity for me to sit here and focus on something that was never promised to me. We talk about this all the time. This moment did not come with a receipt promising you the next moment. The breath that you just experienced didn't come with a receipt promising you the next breath. When you woke up this morning, it didn't come with a receipt promising you tomorrow. Now, if you can tell me with a straight face, no, coach, that ain't true, I got a receipt. Well, then, focus on tomorrow because you got a receipt promising you tomorrow. But if you didn't get a receipt promising you tomorrow, then you need to master your today and focus on your today because that is what's promised to you. But the audacity for us to literally take all of this powerful source energy that we are and focus on something that was never promised to you. Creating your suffering, creating the unhappiness, creating the trauma, and completely contaminating the moment that you're standing in now. Thank you for that gift, beloved. Thank you. Is everybody with me? I said the audacity. God is looking at us like, y'all so damn arrogant down there. Y'all just as arrogant as I don't know what. That's arrogance. That's arrogance. That's what that is. Because your ego has convinced you that you got 1,000 years to live your life. That's the problem. That's what takes you out of the present moment. See, most of us have been programmed and conditioned to believe that your tomorrow is going to be better than your today. This is why we always say tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. We don't ever master our today because we always believe that your tomorrow is going to be better than your today. But your today is your tomorrow, beloved. If your today doesn't change, your tomorrow won't change. How can your tomorrow be powerful if your today isn't powerful? Just tell me how that works. What, today you just gonna wake up and magically be a different person? No, if I don't change me, I won't change my tomorrow. If nothing changes here, nothing will change there. Because I'm still carrying the same mindset into each new moment, no matter what's going on. This is why relationships fall apart, because people never change themselves. You taking the same mindset into each new relationship. It doesn't matter what person you have, you're gonna still fall out with the person. Now, y'all better catch what I'm saying to you. If you don't change your mindset, it doesn't matter who you in a relationship with, they're gonna all end the same. What's causing the relationships to fail is the mindset that you bring to it. Ain't got nothing to do with the person. It has everything to do with the programming that you bring to the moment. Silver CEO, what's up, beloved? That's what I'm saying. So you can, I got to get out of this relationship. I got to get rid of this person. Okay, no, you got to get rid of the mindset that made you want to get rid of the relationship. Because that's what's causing the problems. What's causing the problems is the mindset that we bring to the situation. What we accept, what we tolerate, what we normalize, what we don't speak up about, what we ignore, what we pretend not to see. That's the problem. All of the unhealed versions of you, your trauma, your pain, your ego, all the things that you don't work on. That's the problem. Ain't got nothing to do with the person. But you want to run away from the person only to run into the arms of another person that you're going to get into the honeymoon phase of the relationship.
That's gonna get old, and then all your trauma gonna show up, and then the relationship is gonna end the same way. If you don't heal the version of yourself that attracted that person to you to begin with, you're gonna keep meeting the same person again over and over and over again. That's the problem. It ain't got nothing to do with the person. You got to heal the version of yourself. See, broken people attract broken people. Wounded people attract other wounded people. So if you got things in you that you need to heal, you're never going to attract a person into your life that's healed. It doesn't work that way. You attract the people that are going to reflect your wounds the best to you. That's what you attracted. You don't attract what you want. You attract the people that mirror your wounds the best. Truth is at the door with the SWAT team and everything. Navy SEALs and all that. That part right there, when that part right there, beloved. Trina, I see you, beloved. You cannot grieve things that don't belong to you. The past no longer belongs to you. Stop grieving that. The future doesn't belong to you. Stop grieving that. What belongs to you is the moment that you are standing in right now. This belongs to you. The moment you step outside of this, not only do you neglect this moment, but your ego has convinced you that you own the next moment. That's why you try to solve problems in the future, in a future that doesn't belong to you. The past belongs to God now. The future belongs to him as well. This moment belongs to you. If I take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. If I take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. If I take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. Why? Because the future is a reflection of this moment. If this moment isn't any good, it won't be any good in the future either. Why? Because I'm carrying the same mindset into the future. So what's going to be the difference? What's going to be the difference? I'm carrying the same mindset. And for that person that said it's hard, hard is just a permission slip you write yourself to remain the same. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Don't ever say something is hard because you place a limitation on yourself. Don't do that. Hard is the permission slip you write yourself to remain the same. You are a spiritual being. You are source energy. Nothing is hard for you. Hard means I'm not motivated. Hard means I don't have a growth mindset. Hard means I don't love myself enough to take care of the challenges and obstacles in front of me. Hard means I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm not trying to become something greater than who I am in this moment. That's what hard means. I don't want to try, coach. That's what hard means. Now, I want everything hard because I've never become powerful doing things that are easy. So I want everything hard. I want everything difficult. I want every challenge. I want all the adversity. I want every obstacle. I want everything hard. I want to prove to God that he didn't fail when he made me. I want to prove to him that I'm going to be the greatest human being that he has ever. Bring me all the hard. Bring me your hard and mine. I'll take on yours if you don't want to deal with it. Because I know what it takes to become great. I don't run from greatness. So you ain't going to ever hear me say something is hard. No, I'll take yours and mine. Bring all of it. Give me your adversity. Give me your trauma. I know what to do with it. I know how to transmute the energy because that's my springboard. That's my catalyst. But it's also got my way of seeing problems are God's way of asking you to become the solution. The more problems in your life, the more solutions you have. The more solutions you have, the more generational wealth you create. This is why people struggle in life. You don't want to do that. That's hard. You want everything easy in life, but you want $1 million life, but you got $1,000 mindset. That's why we struggle. We don't want to do anything hard, but we want the $1 million life. Turn your awareness up. Yeah, there's no heart. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Heart doesn't live outside of your physical body. Heart only lives in your mind. Tell me what street heart lives on, just to qualify my point. What, can we get the car and drive to heart right now? Heart is a mindset. If you call someone a thief, that's a mindset. If you call someone disciplined, that's a mindset. If you say someone is self-aware, that's a mindset. If you say someone procrastinates, that's a mindset. If you say someone is a cheater, that's a mindset. If you call someone an abuser, that's a mindset. When you say something is hard, that's a mindset. Get rid of the mindset that's keeping you stuck. Do me a favor, real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Yeah, we sitting around here, walking around here, these limitless beings. We placing all these limitations on ourselves. Man, you better stop placing limitations on you. That part right there. And for you guys that's struggling with some addiction, we talked about this before. The most difficult thing in the world is to get rid of an enemy that you love. And so I come to you with compassion. I come to you with empathy. I come to you with understanding, because that's hard. Now, if you want to tell me that's hard, I'm going to say, beloved, I'm going to wrap my arms around you. I'm going to wrap my arms around you, and I'm going to fully agree. The most difficult thing in the history of mankind is to get rid of something that you love, to get rid of the enemy that you love. That is hard. That thing you do when no one else is watching is hard. Why? Because you like it. That adult content you like. That prescription medication you take, you like. That thing you smoke, that thing you drink, you like. The gambling, you like. Because these things all give you some type of dopamine hit, but they also numb you to your pain. They numb you to that trauma. They numb you to those things. You like this. And I don't blame you for liking it. I would like anything that helped me not have to feel something that I don't know how to overcome. So I get it, beloved. So when you tell me, this is why I have so much compassion and empathy for people that are addicted to something. The thing that you reach for is not the problem. The thing you reach for is the solution to the problem. The problem is some pain, some childhood trauma, something in your shadow that needs love, that needs attention, that needs healing, and that's why we reach for it. One more time, the thing you reach for is not the problem. Whether that's drinking, smoking, adult content, it's not the problem, it's the solution. Because that's the thing that numbs you to the problem. It helps you to escape the problem. It helps you to not have to deal with the problem, but then it becomes a pattern. So now you have two problems. You have the thing that you reach for, and then you have the thing that you never had an opportunity to heal. So now you're dealing with two monsters in your life. And I get it. That's hard. That's hard. But if you're not dealing with that, then no, it's not hard. That's just your procrastination talking. One thing that we have to, again, if you're self-aware, you have to turn, your compassion, and you have to turn your empathy up. And let me tell you why. Because you don't deal with the thing. The thing is not a struggle for you. See, and that's the reason why there should only be so many coaches and only be so many therapists and only be so many psychiatrists in the world. Because if you're not trained on this, what's going to happen is that you're going to look at that person, you're going to say, just stop doing it. If it was that easy, they would have stopped doing it a long time ago, beloved. They've tried, trust me, they probably tried 1,000 times to just stop doing it. It doesn't work that way. Because the version of them that says, I won't do that anymore, and the version of them that reaches for it are two completely different versions. The version of them that says, I won't do the thing anymore, is not triggered in that moment. The version of them that reaches for the thing is triggered in that moment by stress, depression, a bill that they can't pay, some unfortunate situation in life, something that's out of alignment in that moment, and they're triggered. And the version of them that gets triggered is the version of them that's operating out of lower mind. That's the version of them that reaches for it. And then the moment that they say that they finish doing whatever the thing is, they feel shame. And the reason why they feel shame is because they broke a promise to themselves that they really wanted to honor. And then shame becomes another wound. Shame is a wound as well. And so what's important for us to understand from a self-awareness perspective is that if you don't struggle with the thing, you don't understand what that person is dealing with. You have no idea. You can't take the version of you that doesn't struggle with the thing and have a conversation with someone that does, because you guys you're not aligned. You can't tell someone how to get rid of a demon that you don't have to deal with. And every person on this live is addicted to something. There's not a person on this live that's not. Whether you addicted to your phone, whether you addicted to money, whether you addicted to your reputation, your persona, your identity, there's something you addicted to. There's very few people in the world that doesn't have some addiction. See, we've been programmed and conditioned to think that addictions are just, drugs and alcohol and adult content. And no. Anything you can be addicted to anything. You could be addicted to that person you're waking up next to. You could be addicted to that car you drive. And the moment somebody takes that car, all of a sudden you don't feel as worthy. You don't feel as confident. Or if I take your money, you don't feel as worthy. You don't feel as confident. You addicted to that too, right? You addicted to your cell phone. Very few of us can walk away from that cell phone for 6 months straight. Tell the truth. They got pay phones over the place. It ain't like you can't find a place to go make your little calls, but you don't want to do that because that phone represents something to you. Your identity is attached to that, right? And so that's why I'm saying that this is so important. There are certain things, if you can't walk away from certain things, then you're addicted to the thing. So let's stop looking down our nose at the drug addict and the alcoholic as though we are holier than thou, because there's certain things that you can't walk away from either. That you got that's got just as much as a hold on you as this person over here, if not more. It's just your addiction just may be more socially acceptable. See, there are socially acceptable addictions, like social media, for example. Most people are addicted to that. So come on, let's have some compassion here. Jemiah, what you got, beloved? I tell you this. That's why I love awareness, because it takes that judge filter off of you, and it allows you to see people through the filter of love and compassion. And so I know people in our community are struggling with different things, but they trying. Trust me, they're trying. Trust me when I tell you that they are trying. But sometimes that thing, and it's going to take some time. They'll get over it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not easy. It's not easy like what you think it is. That's all I'm saying. So you just got to have more compassion. Luna, I see you, beloved. I love you too. Cash, what's up, beloved? All right, I'm gonna need y'all to. I'm gonna need you to for this next piece. This is the piece. This is really the piece, Rocco. Thank you, beloved. This is really the piece here that I wanted to share with you guys. Give me light bulb emojis only, please. You guys know how we rock out on this platform. Light bulb emojis only, please. King Book, I appreciate you, beloved. And the reason why I say light bulb only emojis is because so I know you following me.
right? I just need to know that I want to make sure I'm not leaving anyone behind with respect to that. So if I look up and I see the light bulbs, I know you guys are getting it. Maywood, thank you. Beloved Cash, thank you. Lily, thank you. All right, all right, Trina, here we go. Stephanie, I see you, beloved. This is the analogy. Hopefully, this is going to be that one that breaks the bank for you with respect to self-awareness. This is the one that's going to make self-awareness click for you. You're going to be like, okay, I get it now, right? This is that one. Pam, I see you. Don't give me the light bulb emojis if you're really not getting it. Cat lover, I appreciate you. Make me work to get the message across to you, even if I've got to go 2 or 3 different ways. Make me work to get it, but don't throw the light bulbs out there if you're not really not getting it. Okay, but this is the analogy that will hopefully make self-awareness click for you. Whatever you do, don't hang on to the metaphor too tight, because if you do, you miss the point. Remember, the metaphor is only trying to point you in a particular direction, right? It's not the truth. It's just pointing you in the direction of truth, okay? I want you to think of reality like a playlist that has billions of songs. I want you to think about reality like a playlist that has billions and billions and billions of songs. Let's just slow our thinking way down. And all of the songs already exist. You are the DJ. Don't ever lose sight of that. Red, I appreciate you, beloved. You are the DJ. Reality is just a playlist that has billions and billions and billions of songs, but you are the DJ. When a real DJ is playing a song at a party and he's about to put the next track on, he's listening in one ear to the other song, but still has the current song playing, right? We've all seen that, right? The DJs, he listening to the next song. And even though he's listening to the next song, there's a song that's already playing in that moment. But he's focusing on the next song. The song that's currently playing represents the present moment. The song that's currently playing represents the present moment. And he's listening to the other song that he's about to introduce, but the next song has to line up perfectly. You can't just throw the next song on, or else it won't be a smooth transition, which is everything. So while you are in the present moment listening to the current track, the track represents different versions of you. The track represents different versions of you. But each new moment is about to introduce a new track. Each new moment is going to introduce a new track. The tracks are just a metaphor for a different version of you. Which means that each new moment has the power to introduce a new version of you if you would let it. That's what God is saying. He's saying each new moment will introduce a new version of you if you get out the way. But you are the DJ, and each new moment is bringing in a different version of you
to make sure that the transition is smooth. Your job is to match and align the new song coming in with the current song that's playing. And when the new song comes in, you embody her, you embody him. And it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative because you understand that it's only a moment and another song is coming. Freeze. Freeze. You got billions of songs coming. Every single track represents a new version of you. Now, that could be positive or negative, but the negative is the positive because it's the negative that makes you powerful. The positive only gives you balance, all of the positive songs, but the negative songs are what make you powerful. That's what leads to your spiritual awakening. It's what leads to self-awareness. It's what leads to self-mastery. It's what leads to growth, all of the negative songs. So you might be in a situation, right, where, a relationship falls apart. Okay, that's just a moment right now in time. That's just this particular song, but this song is going to leave. And the song that leaves, the one that's coming is always more powerful than the one that left. So I don't need to get caught up on the song that just left. I need to focus. I got a billions of songs coming. I got billions of songs coming. I've got an infinite amount of songs coming. Why do we suffer? Because I'm focusing on the song that just left. I don't want the song that just left to stop. So I keep hitting repeat. Here comes depression. I keep hit repeat. Here comes unhappiness. I done got all the songs backed up. I'm ruining the party called my life. Now just think about if you are a real DJ. If you're a real DJ, I'm on the phone talking to people. The people in the crowd can't dance no more. They're like, DJ, what you doing? DJ, what you doing? We sit there trying to dance and have a good time. You on the phone, you messing up the songs all out of alignment. I ain't lining them up. I ain't doing my job because I'm so busy focusing on something else. That's how we moving through life. That's how God is like you ruining the party called your life. You so caught up on what happened. This is just whatever shows up, whatever song is playing in your life right now. It's just a moment in time, beloved. It's gonna leave, and when it leaves, another song is gonna take its place. You're gonna absolutely love the next song that's coming, but you can't experience the next song that's coming because you're too focused on the last one. We sit there hitting repeat from yesterday's song and repeat from last year's song and repeat from 2 months ago and repeat when that person broke my heart and repeat. Come on, what we doing here? You the DJ now. So God can't make you stop hitting the repeat button. He can't make you stop because he gave you free will. But he's saying, damn. If you just knew how many more, one more time, you got billions and billions of songs that's coming. Each track represents a different version of you. Now let that one that just left go. Even if it was negative, let it go. More is coming. More is coming. That's what he's saying. That's where the depression is coming from, because you clinging to a song that already left. And you blocking all of the ones that's trying to play. And you ruining the party at the same time. Because the people that's in the crowd dancing at the party, they not enjoying the music anymore because you're keeping the same song playing, same song playing, same song playing, same song playing. You're like, no, let the song go. I got more songs coming. That person that you caught up on that represents that particular track, man, if you see the person I got coming for you, you'd be happy to get rid of it. That job that just fired you, if you see the job that I got lined up for you that's coming, it'll blow your mind. See, this is where our faith needs to be. This is why he's saying you ain't got no faith in me. Because if you did have faith in me, you wouldn't be caught up on the last track. If you truly believed in me, you would not be caught up on the last track. You wouldn't be clinging to the last track. You wouldn't keep hit repeat like that's the best you're going to ever get. The best you're going to ever get is coming, beloved. It's not what left. What left is not the best you're going to ever have. What's coming is. So I'm the DJ. Here's the unfortunate circumstance in my life. I understand. It's just a moment of time. I'll wait on the next song. I understand what's going on here. See, what I got to do is bring the right level of awareness to the moment. What I got to do is bring the right level of emotional intelligence. What I got to do is understand this is just a moment in time. I lost a friend. It's just a moment in time. I'm going to suffer for a little while, but I'm going to get over it. Somebody come in my life. Coach, I don't want to be with you anymore. Okay, wonderful. That's unfortunate. And I'm going to lose that person, but somebody better is coming. I understand that. I'm going to experience some pain in the moment, but that pain is going to be short-lived. This job lets go of me. That's unfortunate. I kind of like that job. But my faith in God is so powerful that I understand that this is just a moment of time. There's a better job coming. There's another track coming. There's another song coming. Let go of this one. That's what he's saying. Let everything be fluid. Let it go. Don't cling to nothing. Don't be attached to nothing. Let it all go. More is coming. Better is coming. That's what he said. You the DJ. We suffer because we keep hitting repeat on tracks that are already over with. This is why our life looks the same day in and day out, day in and day out. You keep listening to the same song over and over again. That's why you complain about your life. Let me do a pulse check. Let me do a pulse check. Everybody following me so far? This is just a quick pulse check. Rocco, I see you, beloved. Maywood, I see you, beloved. Miss Tia, I see you. Be the greatest, I see you. Susan, I see you. Trainer, okay. T-Bands, I see you. Now, for the record, this particular piece is going to be sent in the community. As soon as I wrap up here, I'm going to put this piece in the community because y'all need this. I need you to master this piece. I'm telling you right now, this piece will end your suffering. This piece will end the trauma. This piece will end everything because you're going to get it. You're going to say, oh man, I've been tripping. Y'all know me. I want a voice note. So I know you got it. I want you to teach it back to me as though you never heard me say it before. May, I already know you're going to break it down like a mad problem. Okay, so let me get back into it. So one more time, the tracks represent different versions of you, but each new moment is about to introduce a new track, which means that each new moment has the power to introduce a new version of you if you would just let it. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm fully in love. I'm fully in love. Whatever's showing up in this moment, I know another track's coming. I'm not tripping. I'm not caught up on what's happening in this moment because I already know a better song is coming. I know another track is coming. I'm not tripping. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to create some story about how unfortunate it is. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to lick my wounds and I'm going to let the thing go. Lick my wounds and let the thing go. And then there's better things coming. Let everything come. Let the other stuff go. Let the new stuff come. Let everything go. And when God is seeing that your hands are like this now, you're not gripping everything and clinging to everything like you ain't going to never get better. That's when everything in your life is going to change. So one more time, you are the DJ. And each new moment is bringing in a different version of you. But you want to make sure that the transition is smooth. Your job is to match and align the new song that's coming in with the current song that's playing. And when a new song comes in, you embody her, you embody him. Whatever it is coming, I'm embodying that. Not questioning God, not why did you send this to me? Not why is this happening to me? I'm going to embody that. Because if it's negative, I'm going to grow from it. If it's positive, I'm going to experience joy and happiness from it. I'm not losing in life. No matter what happens, I'm not losing in life. And it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative because you understand that it's only a moment and another song is coming. No matter what happens, it's only a moment, beloved. I don't give a damn how terrible it is. It's only a moment. Another song is coming. Guaranteed. No matter how bad it is, it's just a song that's playing in the moment. Another song is coming. And the next song that's coming will be better than the one that left. Some of you guys are suffering because you keep listening to the same song on repeat and you won't let any new songs come in. You're not letting new songs come in. That's what's creating your depression and unhappiness. You keep listening to yesterday's songs. And you're complaining that you don't like the song that's currently playing. That being a metaphor for your life. But you're the one hitting the repeat button over and over again. How can you possibly change your life if you don't change the song? How can you change your life if you don't change the song, beloved? Let me share something with you that could change your life forever if you let it. You are never fighting against reality. You've never fought against reality in the history of your life. Not even one time. You are fighting against outdated versions of yourself, not reality. You are fighting against the choices and decisions that the outdated versions of yourself have made. That's what you don't like. Reality is just a reflection of all of the all of the choices and decisions that all of the outdated versions of yourself have made. That's what your reality is. My reality is different. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. If I walk in your home right now, I'm looking at your thoughts. The couches, the TV, the refrigerator, the furniture, the end tables, the coffee table. I'm just looking at your thoughts. I'm looking at your thoughts that have been made manifest. That's all I'm looking at. The bedroom set, just your thoughts made manifest, beliefs made manifest. But these things are all reflections of outdated versions of yourself. The current version of you didn't choose these things. Outdated versions of you did. Same thing with your relationship right now. The current version of you didn't choose your partner. An outdated version of you chose your partner. So when you start to grow and evolve and become more with respect to self-awareness, you may not want your partner anymore because you're no longer energetically aligned with the version of yourself that chose them. The version of yourself that chose them has different perspectives, different beliefs, different mindset, operated from a different level of consciousness. The version of you that you are right now may say, this doesn't work for me anymore. And that doesn't make you a bad person. But those are two completely different versions of you. The version of you that chose your husband is not the version of you that you are right now. Two completely different versions of you. And you may have outgrown her, but you feel some sense of that you need to honor that commitment and stay loyal to that commitment and honor your vows and honor all of these things, even though that relationship doesn't reflect who you're becoming. It no longer reflects your desires, wants, and needs. It reflected the desires, wants, and needs of the outdated version of you, but it doesn't reflect the desire, wants, and needs of who you are in this moment. Am I making sense? Let me know if you're with me here. Whip girl, I see you, beloved. Yvette, I see you. Aquarian goddess, I see you. So again, nobody's good or bad. This is not a good or bad. This is not a good or bad thing. It has nothing to do with good or bad. What I'm trying to reflect to you is the fact that The version of you that chose what's in your apartment or what's in your home is not the version of you that you are right now. The version of you that chose your job 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago is not the version of you that you are right now. The version of you that chose your husband or your wife is not the version of you that you are right now. But you may feel some sense of loyalty to that job or to that person or to that thing or whatever the case may be, even though that thing may no longer be aligned with who you are becoming. And this is where the internal struggle comes in. This is where our suffering comes in, because you don't want to walk away from the thing or walk away from the person, even though it no longer fulfills you. It fulfilled the old you, but it may not fulfill the version of yourself that you are in this moment. See, I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. Latina Realtor said that she struggles with smoking, and that's our beloved. So we have compassion and empathy for her. She said, Coach, I struggle with smoking. I'm trying to stop. Cool. The version of her that first started smoking and the version of her that made the decision that I want to stop are two completely different versions of her. Because the version of her that wanted to start smoking in the very beginning thought that smoking was okay. She's evolved, though, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And so the version of herself that she is right now is making a conscious decision to say, this is no longer what I want. So there's two different things happening here, right? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. The version of you that first started drinking and the version of you that's saying, okay, this is no longer something that I want for my life are two completely different versions, right? And that's what so that's where the war is. You're never fighting against reality. You're only fighting against some outdated version of yourself, a version of yourself that made choices and decisions that the current version of you is no longer aligned with. That's what your struggles are. All of your struggles are coming from that. You're not fighting with people. You're not fighting with your partner. You're not fighting with the world. You're fighting with the outdated versions of yourself. Am I making sense? I just want to make sure that we're aligned here. Yeah. Latina Realtor, and I'm saying that with love, beloved. You know how I feel about you. I'm saying that with pure love. I just wanted to because that lets you know I'm paying attention. Right? I speak to tens of thousands of people today, but I remembered when you said that because that meant something to me. And so it's important. So it's you versus you, right? What do we always say? It's you versus you. It's you versus you. But again, this piece, you guys, is super deep. I'm gonna make sure I put it in the community. I want you guys to really I want you guys to become masters with respect to this piece, because once you become masters, you're going to see everything different. You're like, I've been fighting myself the whole time. I'm sitting here thinking I'm fighting against the world and fighting against my circumstances and fighting against people. No, you've been fighting against outdated versions of yourself. You fighting outdated versions of you. You got the version of you that chose your partner and the version of you that you are right now. Two completely different versions of you. You got the version of you that decided to start drinking, and then the version of you that's deciding I need to quit. Two completely different versions of you. Well, why is this version of you saying that you want to quit? Why does this version of you want to quit? Why does the current version want to quit, but the version of you that chose to start drinking to begin with thought it was cool? What's the difference? Consciousness is the difference. Awareness is the difference. Emotional intelligence is the difference. Emotional maturity is the difference. Right? There's a version of you that may have lived a street life, and then there's a version of you that decided this isn't for me anymore. Okay, well, what's the difference between the two? Awareness, emotional intelligence, discipline, self-mastery. That's the difference. So it's showing you, and this is a beautiful moment because it's showing you how much you've evolved. It's showing you how much you've grown, because at one point in time, you thought it was okay to do whatever that thing is that you were doing. But this version of you was saying, that's not for us anymore. We don't do that anymore. And so your whole thing, now you go into war against something that an outdated version of you signed off on. So that's what you go into war with. Am I making sense? All of your fighting, beloved, all of your struggles are not against the world. You fight against decisions that outdated versions of you have made. Am I making sense? Because just because it makes sense in my mind doesn't mean it has to make sense in yours. So I apologize if I'm not, if this message isn't coming across like it should be.
Janika, what's up, beloved? Prepare my seat. Okay, let me get back into it. Cat lover, I see, beloved. Nicole, I see. Ellie, I see. Yvette, I love it. 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 And I celebrate you in this moment for that because that's not easy. I celebrate you for that. I celebrate you for that. Okay, so let me dive back into it. So one more time, you are never fighting against reality. You are fighting against outdated versions of yourself. You are fighting against who you were because your current reality is only a reflection of every decision you've made leading up to this moment. Fall in love with it, beloved. Fall in love with it. Don't fight it. Don't reject it. Fully embrace it. Fully fall in love with it because the outdated version of you signed off on it. So I got to take full responsibility, full accountability. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to resist it. I'm going to make the changes that I need to, but I'm not going to reject it anymore and create my suffering because whatever I reject, I empower. Whatever I fight, I empower. So I'm not in fighting anything. I don't want to fight anything. It was me. It was just an outdated version of me, a version of me that didn't have the awareness and didn't have the emotional intelligence and didn't have access to certain resources and self-awareness and all of these other things. And I get it now. I get it now. I've been fighting me this entire time. Choices I've made, decisions I've made, people that I've allowed to have access to me. You know, things that I used to do in the dark when no one else is watching. I'm going to war with that, but it's all me. It's all me. That's what God is saying. You fighting against yourself. So one more time, you're fighting against outdated versions of yourself. You are fighting against who you were, not who you are, who you were. Because your current reality is only a reflection of every decision you've made leading up to this moment. Just pause for a minute. Walk with me here. Walk with me here. It's just us. Walk with me here. Look at your life right now. Your life is a giant reflection of every choice and decision that you've made leading up to this moment. That's it. It's the reflection of the choices and decisions that the outdated versions of you made. You are fighting against your own reflections. Your life is just one giant delayed mirror that's reflecting back to you every decision you've ever made. That's why you don't fight your reality. That's why you don't fight life, because life is just a reflection of your choices and decisions. So you're not actually fighting against reality. You're fighting against the mirror that your choices and decisions have made. Your life is just a mirror. And that mirror is holding up every choice and decision you've made from the outdated versions of you. So your current reality is simply a delayed mirror of your past thoughts, past emotions, past decisions, and past programming and conditioning. That's what's showing up in your mirror. So when you look at your bank account, your body, your relationships, or your business, you're actually not seeing the true now. You're seeing who you were. When you look at your body, whatever's going on in it, it's a reflection of who you were. When you look at your bank account, it's a reflection of who you were. When you look at the furniture in your house, it's a reflection of who you were. When you look at your friends, it's a reflection of who you were. Everything is reflecting who you were. All of it. When you walk in your closet, it's a reflection of who you were. Now, if you go buy something today, it's a reflection of who you are today. But everything else is a reflection of who you were. So you don't fight the mirror because the mirror is you. See, what I need you to understand is that your reality is not separate from you. Your reality is you. It's just the manifestation of your beliefs.
the manifestation of your choices, the manifestation of your decisions, but it's not separate from you. In your mind, you might think that it's separate, but it's not, beloved. And it's the most beautiful thing when you fully understand it. Your reality is you. It's just you pushed out. It's just the physical manifestation of what once lived in your mind. So when I'm walking through your apartment or your house or your condo, I'm just looking at a reflection of what was once in your mind, because it was. Nothing to fight, nothing to be upset about. I'm fighting against myself. So if I say I don't like my life, I'm saying I don't like me, because my life is just a reflection of my choices and decisions leading up to this moment. What is there not to like? Okay, I want to make some changes. I don't identify with these things anymore. I want to get out of this relationship. I don't identify with that anymore. I want to leave this job. I don't identify. Nothing to fight. No need to be upset. No need to be frustrated, right? There's no need, because it's me. And maybe I was operating from a low level of awareness. Maybe I was operating from a low level of consciousness. Maybe I didn't know who I was at the time. Maybe I wasn't my highest and best self at the time. I'm different now. I got to give myself grace. I've got to have compassion for me and empathy for me and understanding for me. I'm different now. Wonderful, but there's nothing to fight, because I'm only fighting myself. Queen, you see it, beloved? Queen, you see it? How many people see what I'm saying? Yeah, Angel, you love you some you, beloved. Heavenly, I see you, beloved. Turn your heads. What's up, beloved? I see you. Nicole, I see you, beloved. Okay. That part right there, Rich. Let me see. So one more time, when you look at your bank account, your body, your relationships, see, this is what I want you to do. If you got a significant other, which in a real time, I see you, beloved. If you got a significant other, just look at him today. Don't say anything. Just look. And what you're looking at in that moment is not who you are right now. What you're looking at in that moment is a reflection of a decision you've made a long time ago. When you walk into your house or your apartment, or if you're in there right now, just look. Non-emotion, no judgment. You just look at it. Because it's a choice or a decision that an outdated version of you made. Now, that choice or decision may still be aligned with where you're going. Wonderful. But if it's out of alignment with where you're going, I need to pivot now. And that's what God is saying. Stop fighting you. You're fighting you. Don't fight you. Your life right now is just a giant container of every choice and decision that you've made leading up to this moment. It's what you once had here pushed out, so you don't fight it. If it's no longer aligned with where you're going, get rid of it. If it's still in alignment with where you're going, keep it. But there's nothing to fight, nothing to be depressed about, nothing to be upset about, nothing to get frustrated about, right? I don't like my life. Okay, but the version of you that doesn't like your life is not the version of you that created it. Let me give you a different filter. 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 Maybe it'll hit different. Look at all of the outdated versions of yourself, like tiny little architects. That's how I want you to look at them. Look at all of the outdated versions of yourself, just like architects, right? And they were all building the life that you're currently experiencing. All of them. And they built the life that you're currently experiencing based upon the best information they had, the best awareness that they had, the best emotional intelligence, the best resources, but the access to whatever it is you have. So you're looking at your life and you're saying, what's in front of me right now doesn't reflect me. It doesn't have the power to reflect me. Let me say this to you. Your life as it is currently constructed does not reflect this version of you. It reflects all of the choices and decisions from the outdated version of you. That's what it's reflecting. So you always look at it from a place of non-emotion. There's you right here, and then there's your life. And you're looking at it from a place of non-emotion, the same way you look at a movie. Now, the billion-dollar question that you have to ask yourself is this: what's still aligned with where I'm going? And then what's outdated? Let me give you two where I know you can't miss it. Have you ever walked in your closet? Some of you guys might be like me. I got stuff all over the place in my closet. But some of the jeans that I have and some of the t-shirts that I have are things that I really will never wear again. But they're taking up space in my closet. But I'll never wear them again. Never. Never. And they were and the jeans and the t-shirts and different things like that were choices and decisions that the outdated version of me made. In other words, there was a time when there was a version of myself that actually enjoyed those pants, enjoyed those shirts, enjoyed those fill in the blank. But the point not to be missed is this version of me no longer enjoys those things. And so what do I need to do? I need to gather up everything in my closet that no longer aligns with where I'm going. And I need to go give it to the Salvation Army or go give it to some organization where somebody else can gain access to those things and maybe get some value from them. But look at your life the same way. See, sometimes some of you guys have things hanging up in the closet called your life that you ain't gonna ever wear again, that don't bring value to your life anymore, that you don't need there anymore, but the thing is still hanging around. And the thing may even be pulling energy from you, it's pulling power from you. So look at your life the same way. You got to clean your closet out. What's still aligned with where you're going, keep it. But what's out of alignment with where you're going, you're gonna have to get rid of it, because you can't become the most powerful version of you if you're hanging on to things that are no longer aligned with who you are becoming. Does that make sense? Tracy, I'm telling you, beloved, I walk in my closet and I'm like, I know I got stuff in here that I will never wear again. But I don't need to get upset at the clothes. The clothes are just reflections of an outdated version of myself. Because there was a time when I thought those jeans were off the chain, thought the shirt was off the chain, thought fill in the blank was off the chain. But today, the version of me that I am in this moment would not wear those clothes. And some of you guys are just, for your relationship is just like that. Your relationship might just be an outdated outfit that doesn't fit you anymore. It doesn't move you anymore. It doesn't serve you, but you're still hanging on to it. That's what I'm saying. Or that job. It may not fit you anymore, like them clothes in the closet. It may not fit you anymore. It may not fit where you're going, but you're still hanging on to it. That's what I'm saying. Versus you cleaning everything out of your closet. Imagine being able to walk into your closet and everything in your closet you absolutely love, where you can just reach for anything and it's going to be something that you like. That's what you want your life to be like. Well, I'm walking through my life and everything in my life I love. I can walk into my closet right now, blindfolded, and no matter what I grab, it's going to be something that I like, because everything in there reflects this version of me. Does that make sense? So you look at your life the same way. Is everything in your life representing the version of yourself that you are now? Or does most of the things in your life represent outdated versions of you that you no longer identify with? That's what I'm saying. Because for some of you guys, if I were to put a blindfold on you and walk you into your closet, everything in there is not something that you want there. Everything in there is not something that you want there. It's there because it's taking up space. But everything in there is not something that you want there. You know it and I know it. But that's how we live. The same way we have our closets is the same way we live our life. We'll allow things to hang around and we'll cling to things that really we will never wear anymore. They don't add value to us anymore. When that, I see you, beloved. All right, let me see if I can put a bow on this real quick. Iris, I see you, beloved. Let me see if I can put a bow on this real quick. Because, see, I want you to see your past as just expired information. Take all the power out of it, beloved. From this moment moving forward, just look at your past as expired information, because that's really all it is. Don't give it all that power, all that significance. Your past, Queen, I see you, beloved. Your past is just expired information. Just say it just like that. Say it to yourself. My past is just expired information. That's it. It's not powerful. It doesn't get to control where you're going next. It can't reflect where you're going next. It can't reflect who you are in this moment. It's just outdated information. It's expired. It's dead already. Nothing to fight. So again, see your past as expired information, because everything leading up to this moment is really just expired information from a version of yourself that you no longer are. This is not bumper sticker talk, beloved. I'm giving you universal truth. Your past is just information that's already expired from outdated versions of you. That's all it is. If you make it more powerful than that, you're going to hurt yourself unnecessarily. That's all it is. My past is just expired, outdated information from old versions of myself. And I love them. I love all of the outdated versions of me because they did the best they could. They got me here. Without all of the outdated versions of Rocco, I don't get to meet Rocco. Without all of the outdated versions of Queen Ella, I don't get to meet her. And Tara and Lynetta. So how can it be bad? If we remove the outdated versions of Rocco, I miss him. We like two ships in the night. I don't get Sefe. I don't get Neffy. I don't get Cat Lover. I don't get May. I don't get you guys. So those tiny little architects called the outdated versions of you did their job because they got you here. Nothing to be upset about. We don't need to be angry about anything. They did their job. They got you here. Now, where we go next is a different conversation, but they did their job. Without all of the outdated versions of Iris, so how could it possibly be bad? See, this is what God is saying. What you call a failure, what you call a mistake is just an error in your perception of the situation. He's saying, y'all seeing the situation incorrectly. That's why you're suffering. You're suffering because you're looking at your life through the wrong filter. All of those versions of you got you to this moment, which is going to lead you closer to me, which is going to make you more powerful than you've ever been. What are we doing here? My past is just expired, outdated information. It don't have no more power than that. I'm not giving it no more power than that. From this moment moving forward, don't make it more significant than that. Outdated information. Let me give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. If I walked up to you today with a newspaper from 5 years ago, the newspaper doesn't serve any value to you. It can't add a fiber of value to you. You're like, Coach, I know everything in the newspaper. Why you handing me a newspaper from 5 years? I know every event that took place in here. I was there. I seen it. That newspaper would have no value to you. Now, if I handed you a newspaper from the future, from 5 years from now, oh, you're going to want to read that bad boy. You're like, oh, Coach, I need to read that. You got a newspaper from the future? Oh, I need to see that. But if I handed you a newspaper from 5 years ago, it would add no value to your life because you know everything that's in it. That's what your past is. It's an outdated newspaper, beloved. It ain't got no power. It ain't got no power. There's nothing in it that can tell you anything that you don't already know right now. We sit here stressed out about the newspaper, stressed out about the events that might take place in the new. You were there, beloved. What are we doing here? What, girl, you feel me? What are we doing here? You sitting here rereading the newspaper as though you don't know what took place. You know the events, beloved. You were standing there when it happened. That's why I'm saying we sitting here depressed and stressed out and frustrated and unhappy about a newspaper from 5 years ago that you already experienced. You already went through the trauma. You already went through the pain. Now you got to get a reward for that pain. You got to get a reward for that trauma. You got to get a reward for that suffering now. We already went through it. We got to get paid from it now. And when I say paid, I'm not necessarily talking monetarily. Paid meaning I need to become more emotionally intelligent. I need more self-awareness. I need more self-mastery. I need more self-discipline. I need to get a reward for that. So I don't ever fall back into that again. That's why you're here. So one more time, everything leading up to this moment is really just expired information from a version of yourself that you no longer are. The discomfort in your life isn't failure. It's actually separation from who you used to be. So it's pointless fighting against your current circumstances. The work is staying loyal to the version of you that already moved on mentally and emotionally from the previous experiences. I'm staying loyal to this version of me. I'm not going to stay loyal to who I used to be, because you only have two choices here. You can either stay loyal to the person you're becoming, or you're going to stay loyal to the version of yourself that you used to be. That's where all of your suffering is coming, because your loyalty is going to an outdated version of yourself. If you got depression, that's why. See, healing means that you fully understand that the past is dead. That's really all healing means. It means I fully understand that the past is dead. If I fully understand that the past is dead, then there's nothing to heal from. It's dead already. I'm not drowning in the ocean called my yesterdays anymore. God's pulled me from that river now. I'm not drowning anymore. Nobody needs to come and save me. I'm standing on dry land. I'm fine. I've got memories of those experiences, but it's just that. And I can continue to project my memories onto the present moment and contaminate the present moment, but that's where the suffering comes from. The present moment is the current version of you isn't suffering. A previous version of you continues to project things onto this moment, and that's where your suffering comes from. So the current version of you is fighting a war from something that the previous version of you experienced. And this is why we stay stuck. Right? So one more time, healing means that you understand, that you fully understand that the past is dead. That means any mistakes you made, all of your failures, all of your sins no longer exist. It's dead. There's no guilt from it. There's no shame from it other than what your mind is keeping alive. There's nothing to feel guilty about. There's nothing to be ashamed about. And here's the biggest problem that most people fail to realize. You can only ever create the future from the present moment. So all of the guilt and shame that you have of the past and the embarrassment, you're reacting to in the present moment, which means that your future is going to look just like your present does. You are the creator. You are a creator designed by God specifically. And creation means creating something different. From this moment moving forward, we're just creating something different. I understand that my current reality is just a reflection of all of the outdated versions of myself. I get it. It doesn't reflect who I am in this moment. It's reflecting who I used to be. I get it. If I don't like the reflection, I don't need to fight the reflection. I need to shift out of the identity that created the reflection. That's the difference. So in this present moment, you can heal all of the past versions of yourself through self-awareness, and you can heal all of the future versions of you. This part I need you to get. This part I need you to get more than anything else. This might be the most important part. Let me say that one more time. In this present moment, you can heal all of the past versions of yourself through self-awareness, and you can heal all of the future versions of you. And you heal the future versions of you by healing who you are in the present moment. Watch this right here. Watch this right here. Think about what I'm saying. When I heal this version of me, I heal every future version of me. That's what God is saying. Put in the work right now. Heal this version of you. When you heal this version of you, every future version of you is healed. Not only is every future version of you healed, every previous version of you becomes healed as well. So I heal my future and my past simultaneously by healing this version of me, because now I'm able to look at my past and I'm able to understand my spiritual contract. I'm able to understand that I didn't have the emotional intelligence and self-awareness and self-mastery that I needed. I was operating from lower levels of consciousness. I get it. I understand that every person in my life is doing life for the very first time. I understand that they were also operating from low levels of awareness and emotional intelligence and consciousness and all of these things. There's no one to blame. So when I heal this version of me, I take radical acceptance, radical accountability. I get it now. I get all of the different characters that were in my life. I understand my life has been a movie, and I've had different characters coming in and out of my life. The characters only had the power that I assigned. The characters only had the power that I allowed. But because of my low levels of awareness, I didn't understand that I had the power. I do now. So the current version of me looks back at the previous versions of me with the eyes of compassion, with the eyes of empathy and understanding. I look at all of the previous versions of me and I don't judge them for what they didn't know. I don't judge them for what they didn't have access to. I don't judge them because they didn't have access to the information that the current version of me has access to right now. I don't judge them. I love on them. I love on them because they brought me to this moment. I love on them. I protect them because I get it now. And then all of the future versions of me are automatically healed because I healed this version of me. And that's what God is saying. If you would take the time to heal who you are in this moment, not only do you heal all of the future versions of you, but you heal all of the versions of you leading up to this moment. You heal it all. That part right there, Cash, that's beautiful, beloved. That's beautiful, beloved. I love that. Tracy, you got it? Aquarian Goddess, I know you got it. Being Chosen, what's up, beloved? So one more time. Turning heads, I see. One more time. Right now, there's nothing to fight. Okay, look at what I'm saying. Come on, beloved. Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Right now in this moment, there's nothing to fight. You ain't done nothing wrong. There's nothing to fight. I understand that my current reality is just outdated information from previous versions of myself that I no longer am. I can't change them. I can't edit them. I can't go back and pour awareness into them. I can't do anything. I can only accept them in this moment. But I'm accepting them for what they didn't know. I'm accepting them because of what they didn't have. I need to heal this version of me. Because the moment that I heal this version of me, I heal all of them. And when I heal this version of me, I heal all future versions of me as well. That's where all my energy is centered. That's all I got to do to win the game called life. I need to heal this version of me right now. I don't need to focus on the past. Don't focus there because you're going to waste time and energy focusing on something that you ain't got no control over. I don't need to focus on the future and trying to heal versions of myself that I'm not even don't have access to right now. I only need to focus on this moment. I only need to focus on this version of me is the solution to everything. The current version of me is the solution to everything. Not the previous version of me, they can't solve anything. Not the future version of me, they can't solve anything. Only this version of me has the key to the life I want, that's where all your focus has to be. I didn't say we need to focus on you and focus on chasing people. I didn't say we need to focus on this version of you and chasing validation. I didn't say we need to focus on this version of you and looking for somebody to choose you. No, put your energy here first. Because when this version of you fully becomes unlocked, it's game over. What do I need, coach? Self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, self-discipline, consistency, integrity. I need to come online. I need to step into my calling, step into my purpose. This version of me has the power to heal everything that I've gone through leading up to this moment and everything that I might deal with in the future, because the future versions of me are already going to be prepared. They're going to be prepared because this version of me is prepared. But the previous versions of me need compassion. They need empathy. They need understanding. They need love, most importantly. That's what they need. So the future versions of me need something completely different than the previous versions of me. Am I making sense? But this version of me is the key. So if you waste your time focusing on the past and you waste your time focusing on the future, beloved, you giving your time and energy to things that don't need you. This version of you needs you more than any person in history, more than that person you waking up next to, more than that job, more than your friends. This version of you needs you more than anything in history. I'm begging you to stay loyal to this version of you, because this version of you is the key to everything else. Lynette, I see you, beloved. All right. So yeah, so you got it now. You guys got it. So again, I'm gonna put this in the community. It's a couple more things. Tracy, I'm telling you, Tracy, you got it, beloved. You got it. You got it. And no matter what the current version here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, boom. No matter what the current version of you was struggling with, the current version of you is not the one that created the addiction. The addiction was created by an outdated version of you. You might be in a toxic relationship right now. The current version of you is not the one that chose the toxic relationship. Outdated versions of you are. So don't punish what's happening in your current reality, because your current reality doesn't reflect who you are. It only reflects who you were. Right. That's why. So we sit here punishing ourselves and we all upset. And no, beloved. Love and compassion. Those are two things you need more than anything else. Love, compassion, and understanding. Because the current version of you is fighting wars that it didn't create. Now it's like, damn, I'm trying to get rid of the addiction. Damn, I'm trying to get rid of the gambling. Damn, I'm trying to get rid of the adult content. Damn, I'm trying to get rid of the fill in the blank. The current version of you is fighting wars that all of the previous versions of you created. Because it just wasn't one version of you that created problems. It was all of them. And so the current version of you is like, listen, coach, I'm doing the best I can. I'm learning the awareness. I'm taking information in. I'm in the live streams. I'm watching the podcasts. But I'm fighting wars that I didn't even create. And some of these wars were going on for years, coach. I'm gonna give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. I'm gonna give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. Think about our president, whoever it is. Okay, I ain't asked you what your opinion was of the president. Just think about a president. When that president steps into office, they fighting things that they didn't even create. Think about Barack Obama. When Barack Obama came into office, he was fighting things that he never created. He was going to war with problems that he didn't start. He was going to war with problems. He wasn't even born when the problem started. We sitting here with trillions of dollars in debt and fighting with this country over here and fighting with that country. He like, damn, I don't even get to enjoy being the president, because the day I step into the office, I'm dealing with stuff I ain't even create. Okay, you the president. You are the president of your current reality. And you are going to war against different things that outdated versions of you created. Look at your life the same way. So when you're looking at your life right now, it's like you walking into a presidency. You're like, damn, I'm just learning the awareness and the emotional intelligence and all this other stuff like that. Give me some time. And this is why I say you got to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You doing the best you can right now. Give yourself grace, compassion, understanding, empathy, because you're trying and you're going to get it. And eventually you're going to get on the other side of the railroad tracks like me. And then you're going to look back at everything, go, oh, coach, you're going to be over it. But my point is that it just give yourself some grace, beloved. Rash, I know you are, beloved. I know you are. I know you are. That makes sense. Everybody caught that? Thrive and survive. I see you, beloved. Debo, I see you. Okay. So I'm going to set my mic down on that. Again, I will get Cash. I see you, beloved. Yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So yeah, today was, you guys did great today. Give yourself a round of applause. You guys did great today. Just following with me and rocking with me. One of the most, Aquarian guys, I see you, beloved. One of the most difficult things in the world to me is to teach awareness like this. Awareness is really something that you need to kind of be up close and personal with people, because I can read your body language. I can read your facial expressions. I can tell if you get it, if you're following with me. I can't see you guys right now. So as I'm coaching, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're feeling. I don't know if I'm losing you. I don't know if you step for step with me. So it's very difficult to do it from this perspective, right? But we did. I think we did good, right? I think we did good. So great job on that, you guys. Great job on that. But yeah, so we're fine. But again, this piece will be in the community. I want to hear from everybody in the community. If you're on this live right now and you're gonna get this piece, make sure that you leave me a voice note, a chat, leave something, just letting me know, man, coach, I got it. Lynetta, I appreciate you, beloved nephew. I see. Fox, what's up, Fox? Type no in the comments real quick let me see. Type no or type me in the comments real quick if this is your very first time.